Okay, 2 minutes. And what is going on, YouTube? Hello. Oh, there we go. We have folks now. Alright, we have Curly Toes, Ivan Viernes, Chasing Through the Decade, Ren's Hobby, and John Larry Torre. Good evening, good evening. Wow, we already have 4 folks. Good evening. Gamerman X said, JC Rips and Breaks. Yo. Wow. Welcome, guys. We have a really fun and interesting stream for this weekend. I'm not going to build anything because I already built my Gremare, as you can see here. I don't know what to do about this kit yet, but I'll definitely try to make this as an example for our workshop for tonight. And yes, Hobby Alley is here. There we go. So again, this live stream is sponsored by Hobby Alley because we've been planning to do this for I don't know, for more than 2 years now. And yeah. All right. And Chasing Through the Decade is building his H2 Dark Hound while watching. All right. Jay's Skin TV, thank you so much for being in the stream. HobbyAlley.ph said, Konnichiwa, Attorney Sensei. Only Hobby Alley touches my wallet. Only Hobby Alley touches my wallet. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so before we start, again, as I was saying, this workshop should have been done at Hobby Alley's place. Unfortunately, pandemic broke out, and fortunately, we were not able to do it. But hey, we are good. We are good. We are here, and we're finally doing it. Okay, Rando Libangan, I made it. Woohoo! Thank you so much for being in the stream. Thank you, thank you. All right, so yeah, today we are going to do a gunpla posing workshop. For me, in my opinion, it's one topic or it's one skill that is commonly neglected in the hobby. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, we see tons of people really doing awesome paint jobs in custom works. It's always the pandemic that destroys plans. Yes. Honore pandemic ko. Anyway, so yeah. That's really nice. And Adria Action Man .32, yes, one of the legends, is also here in the stream. Such handsome men. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. We are pandemic builders. Yes, absolutely. And yeah, without further ado, I'll be introducing to you guys our legendary guests. Right? And I'll start with G. Talier. Introduce yourself. Yeah, face reveal. Nice. Oh wait, no sound. What the hell?
Really?
Now, is it okay now? Oh, what the
Is it okay now?
frickety frooker?
Is it on mute on your end?
Oh, pass on. What the hell? Can you guys hear us now?
What the hell?
Hello?
I think both of us, they won't hear us, I think.
God dang it. Can you guys speak? Say hello.
Hello.
You guys.
Again, there we go.
You guys
Okay.
hear us?
I'm so sorry, Brent. You have to do your intro again.
They won't hear us, I think.
Dang it.
Dang
wait,
it. I'm
they can
so
hear us
sorry.
now. Okay.
There we go.
From the top.
I'm not sure what happened,
top.
but okay. There we go. Hey, we can hear him now.
Alright.
There we go. We have 11 viewers actually right now, if I'm not mistaken. Now, oh my gosh, now 14 viewers. 14 viewers. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, hello.
Now I'm feeling pressured to repeat.
At least you get to repeat your introduction for those who just came in. All right.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, I'll repeat myself. Okay, so hi guys. So for most of you guys, you know me as G Talier. Okay. For those who know me personally,
He's
I'm
French.
known as Bren.
Yeah.
French, yeah, French kiss.
Oh no.
That's it. Okay, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or of course Facebook, you know me for two things. That is, of course, the posing stuff. The incredibly inconsistent posing stuff, and works in progress. And speaking of works in progress, the second thing I'm known for is, of course, the art. So I'm an artist on the side, not by profession now. It's really more of a hobby as well. Okay, so there's a separate. I did make a separate IG, which is GTR26. I'll be posting more of my artworks there from here on, so you guys can enjoy just the posing stuff and the whole Gunpla related stuff on the main page or the main IG. That's about it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, thank you so much, Bren, aka G Talie Senpai. All right, let's move on to our one of the rising stars in Gunpla Posing. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know when I don't know when did you start your Instagram, Kyle, aka Kaiba underscore 19. I'm not sure when. So, but
Hello everyone.
as I see it, you're starting to become more popular in the groups because of your awesome poses. So, yep.
Uh, yeah, again, same with Bren. That's too much credit for me. I think I started 2019. I was only into building and taking simple poses back then, mostly standing and simple action poses. And then I saw G's post or Brent's post, I think in Facebook page. I was like, oh wait, I can do more stuff with Gunpla. So I think I practiced. I followed him on Instagram and then found a bunch of cool poses out there and then just tried to do my own thing. And then after that, I just posed and didn't paint my kits anymore. But I am
Wow.
working on one right now. So yeah,
Oh, so you also paint your kits and stuff, custom.
mostly detail painting.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
working on the Amazing Strike Freedom as a custom paint, but that's about it.
All right, cool. All right. And for those of you guys who don't know, Kaiba is in California, so that's why he got the Batlog kits first, which is such a bummer for us here in the Philippines.
You guys got the Kyokai Senki.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah,
so
yeah. It's
I
a
take
trade
those
off.
anyway.
It's a trade off. Anyway, all
It is.
right. So let's do some more shout outs to our newcomers. Red Rock, you made it, man. You made it. Uh, oh yeah. Also, chasing through the decade is also one of the posing legends. If you check out his Facebook page and Instagram, he's also an awesome guy. And what's this? The Red Rock. I thought he was a dumb with eyes. Oh yeah, Bren, your profile. There we go. That's funny. You know the mono eyes. If you put two eyes on mono eyes, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, it only works with the old ones though, because I have the Dom from the origin.
Yeah,
That one you cannot do the two eyes
the
unless you
two
cover the
eyes.
whole. Yeah.
Anyway, what Kyokai Senki kits are now in the Philippines, dude? Bruh, bruh. Where's your Kenbu?
It's been out for a while.
Yeah. Shout out to Gunpla Gallery. Yeah, bruh.
Yeah.
I chasing through that decade. I streamed a live build of the Byakuchi. Anyway, putting two eyes on a Zaku or Dom is always cursed. Absolutely.
Can't argue with that.
All right, so without further ado, let's get on to the meat of the workshop. So we're going to be talking about a couple of things. we have an outline. So our agenda would be why gunpla posing, or what is action figure posing, and why is gunpla posing important. And then we're gonna talk about joint types and different kinds of poses and all of those good stuff. How much do Kyokai Senki kits cost? I'm planning to get one to pair with my Lavatine. Oh,
Ooh.
the what's that? The
Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal
The whole
Panic. There we
thing.
go.
Yeah.
Loading. All right.
I'll yeah, I'll send you uh, Action Man. I'll send you a PM later
Yeah.
after this one. If I
Action
can find the
Man.
link, then I'll send you a link. Yeah, I'll send you. I'll let you know later.
Hobby Alley said, "My wife said you sound like DJ Mo Twister." Do I sound like DJ Mo Twister? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
listen
you
to it.
do.
Well,
You do.
I do. What the hell? I don't know if that's a good thing. But
That's so
okay.
good. So good. So
Still
good
good.
thing.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. What? I'm clicking things. I'm clicking stuff. All right. Okay, let's move on to the meat of our workshop. So first, what is action figure posing? What's your opinion about it? Let's start with Bren.
Okay. For me, action figure posing, um, I consider it a form of art.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you're trying to convey or show a certain pose, a certain action. Okay, that could be memorable to you,
Mm-hmm.
or to the whole community, not just the Gunpla community, but also the other show. So what do you call this? It's also important for me, because as most of you guys who follow me on all my social media, you guys know that I really hate. I'm allergic to static poses. Okay, I'm also allergic to poorly posed gunpla, or not just gunpla, but also plamo in general. Don't do that. Don't don't
Pew pew
don't
pew.
do that. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Okay. So even though I say I'm allergic to poorly posed ones, or static posed plamo, or kits, it doesn't mean that I don't like the people who make them.
Yeah, of course,
It's
absolutely.
just the fact that it is a difference in preference.
Mm-mm.
There's also a difference in skill. Okay, of course, you have experience on your side. They don't. Okay, like they could be newbies. It's rare to find newbies who are, very good. They really have that very high potential. So that's why that's for me. It's the number one thing I look. So that's why I consider it as an art. I don't display my kits in a static pose unless I don't have the space for them. I'll show you later what I mean. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right, thank you, thank you. Um, let's read some messages first. Red Rock, you probably hate the poorly post Gunpla page. We're actually friends with him. Poorly
Yes,
post Gunpla page.
he's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, he's one poorly the admin of the page poorly posed gunpla is actually our admin co-moderator for our for one of our groups that we manage, Pinoy 144. So anyway, I have a bad feeling about this. I hope I won't get roasted. Shut up, action
Oh,
man.
Scott,
Shut up. You be
I
quiet.
respectfully disagree.
You be quiet, man. No one's gonna roast your posts. All
And
right, thank
hardly
you.
roast his phone.
Yeah, nobody's gonna roast your post, man. People who would roast your post would probably explode, splattering internal organs all across the wall. All right, let's go to Kaiba. What do you think? What's action
Yes.
figure posing for you, and why is it important?
It's more of a nostalgia for me. So I
Hmm.
grew up watching Seed as a kid. You've seen Obari pose here and there.
Obari
You've seen
pose.
the gun
We'll do
poses
that. Yeah.
every single time. It's a form of nostalgia. Same with Bren. It's also a form of art and expression. So the reason, maybe there are some reasons why you bought the kit or the figure to show the representation of it, and then it's more likely to be, it's more likely the coolness as well of the kit, which I think people love posing, their figures and their
Yeah.
kits. And for people who pose their kits poorly, I don't have anything against them. It's their kit, but mostly this workshop is for people who want to improve their posing. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm pretty decent. So yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kaiba and G Talier. Welcome, Sebastian Tamayo. Um, we will move on to some question and answers later. I see there are already some questions posted. I love the engagement, guys. Later we'll address. Do you guys have? I'm not sure if you guys have. Old ball joint. The '90s kits with the limited articulation. I'm not sure if
I
you
have a
guys have.
couple.
Okay, probably
I
we
do.
can use that. So,
Yeah.
John Larry Torre asked, advices on posing old or brick kits.
You don't. No, I'm
um,
just joking.
Sebastian Tamayo said, every time Brent posted a Gundam pose, I was like, how the hell did he do that articulation? All right. If there's
Magic.
anything I learned about gunpla posing, ball joint, hips, 90-degree elbow, and leg bends, and no waist articulation is not so fun to pose. I totally agree. Sebastian, mamo kasi. Ren's hobby, true. Bren, there you go. CyberX, welcome. You're just in time. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. We'll talk about. We will talk about what's our next topic. What the hell? I'm pulling it up. Uh,
I think it's the in my
ah,
page. No.
Types
How
of
does it
joints, right?
apply? Yeah,
Oh
types
no,
of
how does
joints.
it apply?
how does action figure posing apply to Gunpla? And well, I think you guys already mentioned about why is it important, but you
Yep.
can say more stuff.
Okay. Uh, Kyle, you want to start?
Sure. Well, you don't see a robot just standing there with his legs put together in a straight line and shooting stuff. I mean,
About
even if you look at Heavy Arms in the anime or in the show, oh no, Heavy Arms in the show, he
yeah,
has his legs spread apart, his arms are fully open.
mm-mm.
So yeah,
Absolutely. What about you,
Okay.
Bren?
you,
Uh,
Mr.
yeah,
Brent.
for me, how does it apply to Gunpla? Of course, most people from this hobby, they come into the hobby after watching, either the show or having read the manga or having played the game for those game exclusive designs. And one of the things, like what Kyle mentioned before, nostalgia. Okay? You want to get that feel again. So again, what's the best example? Let's get the most popular example right now. Barbados. You have the Barbados. You have episode one. That's smashing down, hammering down that
Mm.
poor Grace's head.
Yep.
Okay? You come into that hobby. You're a big fan of IBO. That's the first thing you want to see. When you pull out your gunpla, that's the first thing you want to see. The barbatos charging up, that for charging for that attack. Or if you're good with dioramas, you want to show it mid strike. Okay? So that for me is one good application of posing, the nostalgia or the impact that it provides to you and also to your audience if you are someone who shares your posing or
Hmm.
your photos a lot. So that's how it is. That's how it applies, in my opinion.
All right, thank you. And how about you, Kyle?
Oh, I already said mine
Oh,
earlier.
what the hell? What am I drinking? All right. So yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. You mean the nostalgia, like the iconic Gundam poses. There you go. Um, especially I think for me the most popular would be the ale strike for me because I do that a lot. The ale strike pose. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite by
Yeah,
far.
I think
So
it's a benchmark for
mm,
how for people like us who like posing.
mm,
Iconic poses are like your benchmark guided, or that's your benchmark guide on if you would consider a kit, fully, 100% great articulation, if it's average, if it's poor
yeah,
in articulation. So those are the first things you want to see. You have of course, a granddaddy. You have your last shooting. What else? You have like that. The ale strike. You have the ale strike pose. Barbatos. You have the smash. The winded up strike. What else? The destiny. You have the sword overhang on the shoulder. So
yeah,
you have that. So yeah,
The Destiny has
those
multiple
poses.
iconic ones.
yeah,
Has
Actually, it has.
it
So
has a lot.
what's the most? The Destiny and the God Gundam, of course, they have the God finger or the Destiny finger pose. So those are the things you do to check the range of your articulation, or how you would gauge a kit in terms of its
mm-mm.
articulation.
Absolutely. Thank you. Very good points. Very good points. So let's try to read the comments for the live chat. Um,
Oh, look,
I
Burning
dare
Red is
tell
right here.
I dare Talia to post the deep striker. First, you give him a deep striker. That's the first step. The red rock. First, you give
No,
him a deep striker.
he would rather pose the Deep Striker than the Strike Freedom. I tell you, he would rather do that.
Oh yeah, the strike
We're
freedom.
on the same boat.
All right. Heavy. I used to have the HG Fighting Action Heavy Arms EW, but I already sold it. Man. Uh, inspiration for posing kits or figures. We'll talk about that later. Action Man said, "Ugh, the HGAC heavy arms are horrible. HGAC heavy arms Sky when it's the only reason I haven't got one yet." What's your take on HG IBO Gundam frames? Oh, we will be talking about that later. Advices on posing HG IBO Gundam frames. Yes, we'll be talking about that later. Um, yeah. Oh my God, where are we? Uh, what's your? Oh no, favorite pose? Yes, opening strike pose, ale strike pose, last shooting. Do you guys have a gunpla kit that you want to pose in a certain specific way, but solidity of the kit makes you think twice? Even breathing on it wrong? What do you mean by this?
I think he means those fragile.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Those, I think we were talking about this last night, right? The tolerances.
Oh my god,
Yeah, that's
wait.
Yeah,
Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. I want to give a shout out to Burning Red. Oh my god, he's here. Burning Red
yay.
from Instagram, man.
you guys don't know Burning Red, you should follow him.
If
Also
you don't know you're missing a lot.
one of the S
One of the
class one of the S class Gundam posers. What? That came
S
out
tier.
wrong. Gundam posers. S class Gunpla Posing Gunpla Posing
oh, that's the
legends.
legend. That's
Yeah,
the
Burning
legend.
Red, welcome to the stream. Oh my god. We are simping right now. All right, we'll address the question later. Rando libangan. Specific way, but yeah, the fragile kits. I hope that's what you're talking about.
Oh, we're talking about it next.
Yep. Oh yeah, for joint
Joint.
types. Yes.
Yes.
What else are your favorite poses? Superhero landing. Oh yeah, Iron Man landing. Getting wrecked by Infinite Justice. Does design flaws do hinder of posing of the kits? How can you mitigate the
Definitely.
hindrance? Ah, okay. But for the first question, I would answer this. I would say yes. I guess the design flaws,
It
absolutely,
does. Yes.
it does hinder. Where to buy the RG Hainu?
Happy
Welcome,
Ali.
Letshon.
Waiting for
The
Hobby Ali.
RG High V. I'm
Hi.
sorry,
Oh
that's the
no.
high RG High V, not
Oh
the
my
High.
god.
Where did you get that? That's High V,
We're
not
not gonna
High
get
Nu.
blocked by you saying high V, right?
Uh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
you
be
you won't you
banned
won't
from
get
buying
to
one.
purchase any of those if you say High V. All right. Hello, Burning Red. Yes. Thank you so much for being on the stream. Oh my gosh, this is an iconic moment in my YouTube channel. All right. Having legends, gunpla posing legends in my stream. All right. Let's move on to joint types and ranges. You want to talk about this, Bren?
Okay, so of course for the joint types, as you may know, Gunpla and other kits, they do consist of several joint types. Okay, so the most common ones are the hinges, the ball joints, okay, and the universal joints. Okay. Now, when it comes to to posing, it's it's important that you're familiar, okay, with the types of joints that your gunpla has. Okay, so as for for the common kits, for the neck joint, you have your double ball joint or what we call the dumbbell joint. Okay, you have the ball joint on the shoulder. You have the hinge, okay, and then you have the universal joint on the hips. Okay. So one thing that you have to be, you guys have to be aware of is that ball joints, they do move in a cone. So what do I mean by a cone? I think I have it's so with a ball joint, okay, like this one, you guys can see it, this one there. So a ball joint, it moves on a cone. It's up and down, left and right, and then anything in an angle. So you just imagine a cone coming out this one. Okay, now a hinge, okay, a hinge, of course, it moves only in one direction based on the hinge. So like this one, it moves from, from downwards, moves sideways, moves like this one. Or for an elbow, you have the 90. You have the double hinge joint, which gives you either a 135 to a 180. Then of course you have your universal joints, which can go all over the place. So that's common on the hip. Okay? So like this one on the strike, okay, you have front, and then you can go to the side without having to put the leg down and then raise it like this. That's a that's a universal joint. Okay? So it's very important that you know these types of joints and how they are arranged on your kit, okay, for you to be able to maximize okay, or squeeze every bit of articulation on whatever kit that you have.
Okay, there we go. So those are our joint types and ranges. Very well said. Thank you so much, Bren. And Burning Red said, I already got my HFX ready on standby. Oh my god. you, there should be somewhat pressure on our stream now that Burning Red is here. Some single hinge elbows and knees can be bent more than 90 degrees if there's a proper cut, like 30-minute mission skits or rebel text. Yeah, I totally agree. And also with some IBO kits, I guess. Let me just show you guys. So I just
Most of the Gundam frames.
yeah. So as you can see, this is a single joint arm, but it's more than 90 degrees. All right, this is from the Gremory. Thank you so much for that, Burning Red. All right, so eh. Oh no, I can put it back. There we go. That's one reason I don't like the polycaps on IBO kits. All right, so let's take a look at our next topic. So we're going to talk about posing principles. So if we say posing principles, what the question is, what are the pointers that we have to follow for us to get a proper dynamic pose? You want to start, Kyle?
Yes. So I'm not gonna talk about, all the specific stuffs like Bren is gonna point out later.
Hmm.
I'm more going towards it at a personal approach. So when we think about poses, what are we trying to convey? So again, we're going back to the iconic poses, the Obara poses, the use of huge guns. You can see a lot in our poses where we point our guns near the tip of the camera angle, which you can see a lot that we are doing to convey the hugeness of the weapon. Another part is perspective. You have your bird's eye view, bug's eye view, all that good stuff. So, for example, is the Lupus Rex. You see it in one of its debut episodes where you have the bug's eye view, where it destroys. I think it was the what was the kit that it destroyed, where it just placed its mace.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that was a one of those. Um, I forgot the Rhodey, one of the
Yeah,
Rhodey,
I think it
oh,
was
Rhodey
the
okay, okay,
Rhodey.
okay.
Yeah, you have the
Rhodey.
bug's eye view in that kit where the Lupus Rex is looking down at you. So I think those are some of the pointers
Hmm.
that you should consider when doing poses. Perspective and what you are trying to convey. And
All right,
then I think
awesome, excellent.
Mr. Brent has a lot more explanation in regards to that. So
You had to call me Mr. Bren. Okay. So, for posing principles, there's one that's very prominent, and we call it contrapposto, or basically counter pose. So
Mm.
what do you call this? So what do we mean? Or why is it very prominent? Now, when you go by your daily life, as a person, when you walk, your left arm doesn't move forward with your left leg. It's always the separate. It's always the opposite. Okay? When you move your right leg, your left leg or your left arm goes forward, okay? And that's to create what we call balance, okay? Which is very important when you are posing a kit. Okay, now, why is it also important? Because if you think about it in a real perspective, okay, you're not going to see, someone punching with their left fist and also, stepping forward with their left leg unless they're done. Okay, so it doesn't mean that your pose has both left arm and left leg forward. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Okay, there are exceptions. Okay, then the number one exception to that rule, of the contrapposto is the action, or sorry, the after the action. Example, you are stabbing, okay, or slashing. Okay, it's understandable that when the blade is already down on the ground, let's say you're holding it with your right arm. Okay, it's already down on the ground. Okay, and then your right leg is also pointed forward. Okay, because when you move, okay, before the strike, okay, before you strike, you are charging, okay, or you are withdrawing, okay, your arm, let's say your right arm, okay, and the way you move it forward, okay, naturally to maintain that balance, is you move forward with your left leg, okay, and then when you step down or you put that foot down, that left foot down, okay, your momentum, okay, when you strike with your right arm, carries the right side of your body forward. So that's why you see on most posing after the action, it's both sides, okay, are already forward. Okay, so there. So that's one. That is after the action, and normally when you are doing before, let's say this one, I'm about to punch. I'm just gonna pose my strike, okay, in a pose where it's about to punch. If you notice this one, let's point the head towards the camera. So if you notice with this one, to maintain the balance, okay, you are winding. You're winding the what do you call this? You're winding up. Sorry. Why is this? Oh no. Oh, I thought I broke it. Okay. So with this
Oh
pose,
no! Don't break it.
this is one of my favorite HGs. Okay, that's why there's an oh no. Okay. So anyway, going back to I digress. Okay. So going back to the pose, when you want to punch someone, see, this is the arm. This is the arm that you want that's about to hit someone. Okay, but if you notice, this is backwards. This is at the back. This arm, but the left leg is forward, facing forward. Because when you strike, I'll just show you a pose after this one. After you put the foot, after you land the hit, you look like this,
Oh.
right? This is the
So.
this is the recovery pose.
Hmm.
This is the point where your body tries to regain the balance from the action. So if you want things to be, to look natural, okay, you can do that. Okay. For most people that asks me or that have asked me how do I make these poses, one tip that I always say is you try it on yourself. Okay, so if you want to, for example, you want to strike someone down, okay, but when you try it to yourself, you're off balance. That means it's not natural. So you have to look for that balance. Another exception, of the contrapposto, of course, is with guns. Okay. So for guns, it's okay if you have the foot. Let's say you have the foot, the left leg or the left foot forward, and you're also holding the gun, on uh, on the on the left arm. Okay? What happens? Why that is an exception? Okay, is because you need to brace yourself for a big gun. Let's say the Agni, okay, for the launcher strike. Okay, if you guys are familiar with that, that's a big gun. It's on the left side of the strike, okay, and it's also the pose of it. I don't have a launcher strike with me. I don't have one with me anymore. Okay, but let's say this one. So let's just pretend that this is. Why is it? Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's just pretend that this is the Agni, that big, gigantic gun. So why is it okay for both the both arm and leg on the same side to face forward? Because you want to brace yourself, you want to brace, the body, you want to be ready for the recoil, which
Mm.
your right side will be taking most of it. So that's why this is another exception for the contrapose pose. So it's still considered natural. I haven't made, I couldn't make a big gun with the 30 mm stuff, so I do apologize. But yeah, just have to think of it as a big gun. So there,
All right.
those are the principles that you have to take into not necessarily consideration. Of course, you still, whatever floats your boat. That's what they say it. Okay? But if you want the impact, if you want a greater impact on your image, okay, on your photo or on your post, okay, it's best to use the natural world, okay, as a
Mm.
reference yourself, basically.
All right. All right. Cool. Very well said. So, contrapposto, very, very. It's a very, very helpful technique that I personally use when it comes to posing my gunpla. So, all right. So, anything else that you guys would like to add before we address some questions?
Yes, I would like to add adjusting the pose
Mm.
in regards to the camera angle. That one is, I think, very important because you could do a pose, and when you put the camera on it, it would look a little bit off or awkward. So you want to adjust the gunpla or the figure in regards to the camera as well while thinking about the camera. So I think that one is the only thing I wanted to add actually is adjusting your poses because it will look different when you
Mm.
use the camera. So yeah.
Oh. So is this this is somewhat related to the bird's eye view, worm's eye view, something like that.
It is
Um,
still, yeah.
let
To add
me.
to what Kyle said, um, for posing your kits, there are two orientations, that matters with photography. You have your landscape orientation, which is, like what you see on our videos. This is landscape orientation. You have your portrait, which is the vertical one. Now there are some poses, wherein, for example, a let's go with the Obari pose, the Obari sword or gun, big gun pose. You would normally see that on a landscape orientation. Why? Because you still want to see the whole picture. You want to see the whole picture. You want to see the wielder of the weapon as well as the weapon itself. Now, for the Obari standing pose, it doesn't make sense to have it on a what do you call this? To have it on a landscape orientation because you have unnecessary negative space on the left and the right of your subject. And that means if you have, for example, a cluttered background, okay, or a very busy, like a very busy background, the attention of the viewer is then split between your subject and the background. So it's distracting. It lessens the impact of your pose.
All right, thank you so much. So let's just try the different angles. I guess this is what you guys are talking about when it comes to the worm's eye view. All right, so it means that
Yep.
the your camera lens is like almost touching the base of whatever your setting is, and bird's eye view, of course, is this. All right, so of course the camera is on top of your figure or Gunpla or Pokemon. I don't know. So, all right. Let me just shut this first. Okay, I'm back. It's so hard to do this by just using one camera, so I hope you guys would continuously support my channel. Shameless plugging. So share my channel to your friends and family. Your friends, subscribe and leave a like, and do this support stuff so I can quit my day job. All right, let's take a look at
um,
our comments.
Burning Red has a little comment right over there in regards to angles. If you guys
Oh,
want to
okay,
read it.
okay. So let's see. One thing that I do to help with getting the right angle on photos every time through both my eyes and the camera is to close one eye and eliminated depth perception to simulate what the camera sees. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
one way
it
to
makes
do
sense.
it.
Actually, don't worry, Burning Red.
No, it makes sense because isn't that what you do when using a DSLR camera?
Yeah, you have
Yeah, you only view it
to
from
you have to
one eye.
use just one eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Although for
there's
modern
an
phones,
interesting.
um, sorry, yeah, for modern
Oh
phones,
yeah.
just like to add, there are phones with multiple cameras. Okay, so it doesn't make sense anymore to, to shut one
Mm.
eye when you're trying to pose the kit. Okay, it still helps, when you are just, eyeballing, okay, the pose of your kit. Okay, but when in terms of, if you're using a modern phone, okay, you can just place the kit, place the pose, and then just view it on your phone. Yes, because the depth perception, from you is the same with the phone.
All right, cool, cool, cool. There we go. Uh, let's take a look at the folks here in the chat. Um, oh wait, I think we still have some questions that we need to address.
Yeah. I think there's
Uh,
one interesting right there.
what's your take on HG IBO Gundam frames, and what advices do you guys have on posing HG IBO Gundam frames since their their joints get loose over time? And this is from Carlitos Ivan Viernes.
Okay, so for IBO, from my experience with the construction of the Gundam frames, the Gundam frame bit, the major weakness of that frame is number one, the shoulder, because it's just a two-piece, two-part shoulder. If you move it too much, swivel it up and down, it comes apart. Okay, and
Yeah,
then the next thing you see is the arm on the ground, your your Gundam being armless. Okay.
absolutely.
The other thing that I would take into consideration is the wrist, okay? Because IBO kits they do tend to have heavy weapons. Okay. So for the arms of most of the Tekkadan Gundams,
Mm.
the way the arm is constructed, okay, the piece the piece of the arm, okay, or the frame is here,
There are two
split
parts
here. So this, yeah,
sandwiched together.
Yeah,
you sandwich the parts. Okay. The problem with that is it's okay with that one. However, the armor of those, those protagonist Gundams are also
Two
oriented
sandwich.
in the same way as the arm. Now, I'd like to point out the Chimaris, because the Chimaris has that gigantic lance. However, the split of the Chimaris' armor goes is over here. It's on the side. So you combine the parts from the top and the bottom. What that does is it squeezes the two parts, the two halves of the frame, unlike what you see on a Barbatos. I can't show my Barbatos right now because it's deep in the dungeon.
It's
But
deep in
yeah,
the dungeon.
it's in the main dungeon that I'm not gonna touch for probably 6 more years.
Oh no.
Um, okay, but yeah, if you notice the split, they have the same side in terms of the split, so it's vertical. Okay, for the Kimura's frame, the frame is split vertically, but the armor is horizontal.
Hmm.
So you have that locking benefit that you get from that armor. Okay, another thing that you need to be careful of is the universal hip joints of those Gundam frames. Okay, not this part that connects to the hips itself. It's the one that connects to the thigh. Okay, if you move that too much, you can swivel it freely, or if you just move it like this, if you just move it outwards, okay, or twist it outwards a bit, it twists backwards on its own. It becomes that loop. So that's the problem with that's a major problem with IBO Gundam frames. So for me, for the tips on those frames, of course, for the shoulders, we are all familiar with the super glue trick. Okay? Super glue trick, the nail polish trick, or the top coat trick. Okay? Do yourself a favor if you're buying a Gundam frame, especially with those with heavy weapons. Okay? You do the super glue trick on the shoulders. Um, the shoulder part or the shoulder
You mean this?
polycap, that one,
It's a
not just
freaking
that one.
massive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, not just that one. You have the Chimeras. Not what was it? Chimeras. Chimeras
Chimaris
Vidar.
Vidar with the lance.
That gigantic lance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they are very heavy. Okay, and this joint right here, the polycap ball, okay, is the one that suffers the most. Okay, so try not to
Yeah.
pose it too much when you have IBO Gundam frames. Okay, unless you have a ton of spare polycaps, spare shoulder polycaps lying around. I would not suggest posing IBO frames too much. Okay, because even if you're just using, I mean, the port form Barbatos's maze is pretty lightweight. Okay, compared to the extra large maze, the sword maze, the lances, it's pretty light. Okay, however, after some time, I noticed on my Barbatos, when I have them uh, hold hold that what do you call it? Hold that mace. The shoulder, the shoulder joint is okay, but what happens? It falls at the chest. So that's what
Yeah.
happens if you pose it too much. So
It
that's one
sags.
tip from me, not to pose them too much. So just leave them be.
Yeah.
Also
Take
to
a couple
add,
of pictures and you're done.
also to add to the IBO frames, I think the Lupus Rex had the drooping shoulders fixed and the wrist. Because if you guys notice, I'll take that one real quick. Right, I'm back. If you guys look at the Lupus's Rex hand attachment right there, it's a whole circle. There's no splits whatsoever. So it has an easier time holding. They're a lot bigger and and they're on polystyrene. I mean, soft polystyrene and polystyrene together. So it will hold the ultra large mace a little bit better compared to the other IBO frames that uses the polycap shoulders.
Oh yeah.
And then the other thing is the C clip because it uses a C clip in the mid torso right here. So it will tend to get loose over time as well. A couple of my frames had that problem. I'm not sure if you guys have that problem.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a common weakness for C clips.
Yeah.
That's why you have to be wary of them, especially I think 30-minute missions. That's their main weakness.
Mm.
Since the line is what it calls is leaning towards compatibility, customizing. You have to take them apart, put them back in. I've had that experience. C clip type joints are the worst to do maintenance because if they get loose, it's hard to tighten.
Yep.
It's tricky. You can tighten them up, but
But
they are very
the C clip
yeah.
might break.
Oh
The
Because of
secret
yeah.
might break. That's the main problem with that. That's also an issue with. I think most of you guys are familiar with the Geminis, the new one. That
Oh
one
yeah,
has
yeah,
a C
yeah.
clip. So
With
yeah,
the legs,
those
right?
oh,
not
don't
just with
you
the legs, also with the elbows.
Oh, oh sure.
is
It
it
Okay.
has.
don't you have the Astray was it the double rebake? That
Yeah,
uses
I do
C.
have the double read.
Is it
Yeah,
loose now?
on my kit, I don't think it is. Hang on, let me just go and grab it.
Also, dang, people really love the IBO kits. Well, I got them too, so I get one. In regards to IBO kits, I think the best ones are the grunt suits. The one on the Gjallarhorn sides, the
Mm.
Grazes, the Reginaldses, all those.
Yep.
They don't have as much as problems as the Gundam frames.
Uh okay, while Bren is getting his double ray bake, let's read some chats. Oh, KFC is here. KFC. Kidding me. KFC for you guys. One bucket. Of course, one bucket of chicken for us. Um,
Broke my Lupus Rex
custom. I
because
want to build a custom KFC RX-78 too. All right,
red and white.
Carlitos, Ivan Viernes. In doing poses, I usually add a nod to the inspiration to make the posing easier. Example, Artorias from Dark Souls is left-handed. Then I pose my Gundam or Gunpla in left hand as well. Oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah, you don't have to stick with Gunpla iconic poses. You could
Yeah,
do poses in game, in movies.
absolutely
You
yes.
know, you're not limited to just Gundam shows.
Mm-mm. Agree. Uh
His back.
oh, you're back.
Sorry about what I missed.
We're just
Just reading questions.
reading the chats.
Here's chat. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna make this quick so we can continue reading the chat in here because I'm seeing some questions as well. I think we may need to address those. So in
Mm.
my case, so one of this is ironically even it has a very bad rating. This is one of my favorite HGs to come out of Build Dive.
Oh really? It has a
Really?
bad rating? Who gave the
It
bad
has a
rating?
very bad rating.
Big
A lot of
reviewers.
yeah, big reviewers.
Oh,
They gave
Mekaji.
it a bad rating.
Okay.
Yeah, and Nakaji. I forgot the other one that also gave it a bad rating. The well, the main thing why it's bad, it's actually not the C clip joints. Okay? It's the robe. You know that what do you call that
Oh
robe?
yeah, the
That red bit, that
mm.
armor
Something
is
remake.
whatever that armor is. It's horrible. It's a nightmare. It's your worst nightmare. So if you're going to get this kit, just one word of advice, you guys, just build it like this.
Just don't build the extra armor.
Yeah, don't don't even think about building that thing. Because this thing has very nice, very unique engineering.
Mm.
Okay, the torso alone, it's one of my favorite parts. Torso, for an HG, the hips, you have the swing down hips, which is not common for most
Oh, nice,
HGs.
nice.
Okay, and you can do that. One thing that I do to gauge if a kit, has extreme articulation is if the knee can reach, what do you call it? Is if the knee can reach the chest.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Take a look at
The
Oh,
RGX, yeah,
interesting.
can't do that.
The
that.
what?
Not that can only dream of doing that.
Oh
Which
yeah,
sucks
So
though,
especially
yeah,
the
because
RGX. Yeah. Oh god, I hate it.
yeah,
The
that's why I'm
yeah.
gonna mod mine after.
oh
I
crap.
haven't built it
The
yet.
the RGX, what do you call it? The MGX, the normal one and the ignition mode.
Yep.
It puts the RGX to shame, with that articulation, because the skirt on the MG has a hinge that goes upwards.
Yep.
So essentially, it disappears from the line of sight of the leg. So as for the C clips, going back to C clips of this joint, of this kit right here, this kit, surprisingly, the plastic that they use for this kit, after you what do you call it? After you do several poses with it, if it's exposed to heat, okay, and then you just leave it for a while to cool down or whatnot, it becomes tight again. You know, I can easily bend my strike's arm.
Mm.
This one, I need to put a bit of force to actually bend it, and that's a C clip. That's a C clip joint. So with a bad rating, most people just think of the bad rating of the kits, because of the general construction of it. Okay, but what they don't normally see is what's underneath. Okay, like this one, literally underneath that armor is a golden kit. Okay, so if you
Oh.
guys are planning to get this one, no, I'm serious. If you're planning to get this one, just leave it like this one. You're not gonna have problems with it. This can hold a heavy Buster sword. Rocket Workshop. So huge
Holy
shout out to
crap.
him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
Rocket
made a
Workshop. That
Buster
guy.
sword. Yeah, he made a Buster sword for me. That's the red Buster sword, and it's exclusively for this kit. I don't use it to anything else. This guy can hold it without a problem.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well, I'm such a sucker for Strays. No doubt about it. I think. Oh yeah, one gunpla YouTuber that I really really follow is EA Gunpla. I get customization inspirations from him. He did a custom of the double astray remake, but he didn't include the cloak. It's just yeah, it's just like that. It's the main MS, so it's really nice.
Just the Lord Astray, the
Yep.
Lord Astray side of it. On my end, since this is inspired by the Lupus Rex,
Mm.
that's why you can see the arms in this configuration. Technically, this isn't canonical,
Mm.
okay? But this is the pose that I like to leave it. This is the orientation or the setup that I'd like to leave it with, because it really looks that good.
It
Yep.
looks better without the extra legs on the back too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
you
not
yeah.
you
gonna
can
lie. It looks
yeah
looks nice.
you that armor hinders the knee, because the knee is limited because of the design. If you notice right here, it's a bit limited. So it's just about 100 degrees. If you put the armor on, you only get about 80 degrees. That's maximum. So it's really bad. Whoever made the idea to incorporate such armor on this thing, I hate you. Okay, I'm just gonna say now.
So let's Let's take a look at our comments.
There's a lot of questions that are like we should answer after.
Yeah.
Actually, so
Red Rock
I would
says, "Dang, people really love IBO kits. Well, I got them too, so I get why." Um, Hobby Works by Rani. I agree about the Lupus Rex. I almost broke the ball joint of the shoulders
that
because it was too
sucks.
tight. Holy crap.
So,
Uh,
oh, actually, with that, I think you want to talk about that, Bren, with the plastic on plastic joints and other
oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
I'll
We
leave
should
that
talk
to
about that.
you. Yeah, I'll leave
Yeah, go
that to
ahead,
you,
go
man.
ahead,
All right.
Kyle.
So you're gonna explain the scientific stuff, so I'm just gonna explain the surface level details.
Yeah.
So there are different types of plastics that you can see in HG kits and MG kits. The old MG kits uses the ABS frames, not the ABS plastics, which are a lot heavier and a lot durable, but they age really poorly. So if the connection is ABS on ABS, it would degrade a little bit. If you guys have the MG Turn A, I think that uses ABS frames,
Mm.
and I've heard it degrades really badly because of the joints that it uses because it's ABS on ABS. So you guys have to watch out for those kind of joints. The joints right now for most HG kits is a mixture of polycaps on soft polystyrene and soft polystyrene and soft polystyrene. So those kits that uses plastic on plastic joints, let me get those kits real quick. All right, I'm back. So is these two right here. I think the best seed kits out there right now. The
Oh,
HG
yeah, yeah.
Destiny right here.
I'm planning to get
The
another one of
shoulders,
that.
yeah, it's a pretty good kit. The
Mm.
shoulder and the thighs here are plastic on plastic. So the reason behind that is because when you plan on posing it just standing, it can support the backpack really, really good because the hips are plastic on plastic. The shoulders right here are also plastic on plastic to support the Buster Sword over here. I forgot what it was called, but there's a name for it. Ironite
Ironite
Sword. Yeah,
something.
Ironite Buster Sword something. To support the huge sword right here. Unfortunately for the Destiny is that it uses a C-clip on the mid torso right here. Mine is already drooping down,
Uh
but the
oh.
mid joint is still pretty good. So you can still get a pretty good range like so.
Mm.
I think that was fixed. Yes, it was fixed on the I think best HG right now in my opinion. The Infinite Justice right here. So the waist joint is a little bit too short, but it can support the backpack really really good. Just it's just limited in the forward range, but on side to side, you guys can see it's really good right there.
Ooh,
It's
nice.
also it's also thanks to the hinge on the skirt. But going back to the plastic on plastic joints, they hold a lot better than the polycap on plastic joints. Again, this is to have more strength in the frame.
Mm.
It's also a double-edged sword. Bren will explain the more scientifics of it, but if you guys just assemble some of your pose kits with plastic on plastic joints, you will see some particles in there where the plastic is shaving off while you're moving the joints. You
Yeah.
won't see that in polycap and plastic though. So, Brent, if you want to talk about that part.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so like what Kyle said, there is a plastic on plastic construction is a double-edged sword. Okay, so the good points is, as what Kyle mentioned, you get more stability. Your joints are your kits in general are more solid. Okay, the downside of it, for this is more common on ABS on ABS
30-minute mission
joint.
skits, right?
Yeah, that's a plastic on plastic.
Plastic on plastic.
Uh, yeah, I think it's polystyrene on polystyrene, if I remember correctly, is on 30-minute mission skits. Okay. So going back to those plastic on plastic master grades, yeah, the turn A, even the remastered age kit, not the age kits, the seed kits, the seed remasters, they also use a full ABS frame. Okay. Now, like what Kyle mentioned, when it comes to ABS, when they rub at each other, on those joint sections, you get that powder. If you pull out that joint, for those of you guys at home watching us who have those master grades, okay, I'd like you to just take the leg off, okay, and then you'll see white powder. Okay, that's the ABS grinding against the
Oh my
peg
god.
hole.
That's
Okay.
super scary. That's super scary, actually.
Yeah, that is super scary because of two things. For those particular master grades, they have that swivel, the hip swivel, okay, where the peg hole goes down, so they get more range. The problem with that is it's either your main joint, okay, from the top of the leg to the hips itself gets loose, okay, or it's that hinge that goes up and down that gets loose, which can affect the stability of your kit. Okay. Now, it also applies on, the joints on let's say, for example, let's use the Destiny again. Okay, the joints on the shoulder, since these are essentially plastic. It's a bit hard to see. Yeah, there we go. That's plastic rubbing against plastic. Okay, and those of you who also own the Lupus Rex, you know that that's a shoulder ball joint on a plastic socket, unlike the normal polycap. The problem with that is heat. Heat is your major enemy, okay? Because what heat does to those joints is it expands the material, or what we call the thermal expansion.
Wow.
I do apologize if people are going
Chem-
to,
chemistry 101.
yeah,
All right.
I'm not going to dive deeper into thermal expansion because I forgot most of it
Mm.
already during my high school days. Yeah, but what it essentially does is it makes the part bigger. It expands the material.
Mm.
So imagine a cup joint and a ball joint inside. Okay? So if you expand the ball, okay, inside of that, your joint clearance, okay, let's say you have 1 micron of clearance, for you to be able to move it around, it almost disappears, okay, because of that thermal expansion. Which is why you get those joints where when you move them, you get that creaking noise.
Yep.
Ah,
Okay, this also is
that's
present
scary
on,
noises.
yes, those scary noises, and those are also present on those. If you guys are familiar with those kits that are notorious for breaking joints, i.e., the Sinanju Verkov. Okay, you have
Freedom
your
2.0.
Freedom Remaster. Yeah, the 2.0. What else? You have the Granddaddy. You have the Granddaddy Origin version,
Mm.
which is also notorious for breaking the hip
Oh,
joint.
is this the
That
HG, the origin?
No, the
No.
MG,
Oh,
the Origin.
the master. Okay.
Yeah, it has a dropping hip joint that goes diagonally
Mm.
instead of vertically up and down. So it's also notorious for breaking that. So friction, and the thermal expansion, it also affects that. For the Sinanju, it's also the engineering or the design
Mm.
of the kit, because you have pegs, you have normal pegs that look like this one.
Mm.
So that's just like your normal shaft. This is actually literally a shaft from a 30-minute mission status. But then again, you also have big joints for those kits that need to support big weight. Let's say the Strike Freedom has a thick peg, on the waist. Okay, the Sinanju has that. The legs of some kits, you have this kind of joint
What
with a
is that? What
hollowed
is
out.
that? What is that from? What's that
Th-
part? Holy crap!
This is the giant's arm.
From where?
This guy,
Whoa, what was that kid again? Something?
the giant.
Oh yeah, the giant.
Yeah,
From
it's
Reconquista?
G Reco.
G Reco.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
G-Reco. So
Dang.
it
Okay.
has this. Yeah, it has this. This is an old kit, by the way. This is way. I bought this when G-Reco was still showing, poorly showing.
Oh man.
Poorly shit.
Okay, so here, if you notice this type of joint, the hollowed out peg. Okay, this thing is subject for, in engineering terms, it's torsional forces or the twisting force.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if you cut this one in here, it's not solid. The cross section of this one, if you cut it,
It's
it's literally a cross.
it's a cross like this.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a cross. Now the center of that is subject to those twisting forces. Okay, so if for example you have almost zero clearance or movement, okay, and you try to move it, so that's what happens why the joint breaks. It
Oof.
cannot move within the joint, within the socket. So that's why you have those issues of those
Another
kits.
example would that be is the 1/100 full mechanics frames. If you can see the pegs right over there, you can see it hollowed out in some spaces, making the cross section that Brent is talking about. I've actually broke the peg for this guy, so I had to fix it right over there
Oh
because
no.
of the weakness of those hip joints. But surprisingly enough, it was a polycap actually, not a plastic on plastic. Well, the reason for that is that the polycaps is a little bit more tighter to support again the big legs of the 1/100 kits. So you guys might want to, if you're planning to get the 1/100 IBO kits, you might want
Mm.
to fix that as soon as possible. Maybe add putty, super glue or something,
Mm.
just to fix that.
Nice.
But yeah, so to
But
put it
you can
simply,
fill the you mean you can fill the crevices right there.
yeah, you can fill the gaps.
Mm.
So to put it simply, to what Bren is
Ah
saying is
there.
that heat, heat expands. That's why you get loose joints.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We
So
really have to
store your
be
gunpla
careful.
in the fridge. No, I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding, of
not
course.
really. But
Don't
yes, heat
you dare!
expands.
Don't. I tried it. Don't. Don't try it.
That's it's gonna cause a different issue if you
Yeah, cause
store
it's a
them in
fun
the
one,
fridge.
and it's
So
not
you
a fun
guys
one.
there's a question right here that I think we could answer really quickly.
Go.
Will dish soap prevent the grinding of the plastic to plastic contact joints or contact points? It,
Oh,
to my
like
experience, it
baby
will.
oil or
Yeah, baby oil, dish soap, or something that is to lubricate
lubricant. A
stuff.
lubricant.
Yeah,
Grease, yeah, the machinery grease. You
Yep.
can
yeah.
silicone grease. There you go.
It can, but it's also a double-edged sword because
If you put
it
too much,
will, if you put too much, it will become loose. So you might
Yeah.
want to
just put a dab
put a
on it.
little bit, spread it a little bit, just put a little bit so you won't get that. I've actually done that in a couple of my kits. So yeah, you can definitely do that. It will not 100% protect
Mhm.
the grinding of the plastic on plastic. It will minimize. That's, I think, the best word for it. It will minimize the frictions.
Oh
The
shoot.
problem with that as well is that it can also affect the plastic itself.
Oh
Mm.
So
wow,
there are
really?
you get those kits where they break down. The part cracks, especially the
Oh yeah,
socket.
yeah, yeah. That's what Burning
Dish soap.
Red commented
Oh
here.
yeah, there
Dish
you go.
soap is actually detrimental to plastic joints, causing them to break down. Yeah.
I've never used a,
Me too. I've never
um I've never
I've
used
never
soap.
used dish soap.
I've never used dish soap. I've mostly used something that is plastic safe.
Action Man
Yeah,
said, "Oh
I
no,
think
my Heine Destiny is in trouble."
yeah, I think
Someone
the
asked,
dish soap. Yeah, yeah, the dish soap is actually used more on figures.
Oh,
Six figure
figure.
arts, tamashis. I think chogokin as well. They also use
Mm.
that the dish soap thing. It's normally okay with metal joints, so they don't normally have that much of an issue. It's not heard of commonly on our
On
side
Gunpla.
for plastic plastic kits.
Well,
What would
Eileen
be
said what would be the best to
the
use.
use?
Okay, so from my experience, they use something called a silicone grease.
Is that from the
I'm not sure what
Tamiya?
Oh, someone said it in the chat. Silicone oil right there.
Oh, silicone
there.
oil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
silicone grease or silicone oil. Because from what I know, it's friendlier
Hmm.
to
with
plastics.
with the plastic makeup. Okay. We're back again on chemistries. Can we move on, please?
Uh,
You guys keep
chemistry
bringing
was
it up,
okay.
so
It didn't make sense. Didn't make sense halfway through.
yeah. So
Yeah.
all
Pretty fun
right,
though.
cool, cool,
All
cool.
right, that was pretty fun.
All right, thanks so much, guys, for sending in your questions.
You guys get to learn science.
Uh-huh. In the hobby, like what chasing through the decade said. Who would have thought, or who would have known chemistry helps with the hobby as well? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so okay, so chasing through the decade said. So if not dishwashing soap, then what do those who wash their kits before painting use?
Oh
Well,
yeah, yeah,
dish
yeah,
soap
yeah.
because they rinse it off,
Yeah.
and
Technically, it
for the
doesn't
joints,
stay.
it doesn't stay. So yeah,
Oh, okay. So it's okay when you use dishwashing liquid when you wash your kits before
you wash,
painting,
yes, not
but
lubricate the joints.
not lubricate the joints. Okay, cool.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. So for those, yeah, I think there are a few viewers as well who are having, who are bleeding through their noses right now. So yes,
That's fine. That's
chemistry
fine.
and
Me too.
physics.
I'm still holding it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, chemistry and physics, they do affect posing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, for physics, you have your weight, weight of the kit, friction. You have those things. So um, they do work. Science at work.
Mm.
Our hobbies. Um, have we answered this one? There's a question in here. What's the point of C
Oh
clip
yeah.
joints?
Ah, yeah.
Well, I think is are they easier to produce? Probably not, huh? I'm not entirely sure with about that one.
For C clips, they're mainly used for what do you call it? Ease of construction. Technically, they're easier to design
Mm.
because you don't have to design a peg hole and a peg. You just, it's a combination of both. You just have to slide it in. And then the number of parts that you use is also minimized.
Mm.
So instead of using like three parts, you have your hole, and then you have two sides that has the pegs. You only use two. Okay. One advantage of C-clip joints is, of course, the ease of what do you call it? It's easier for painting. Okay. So especially when you close the seam lines. Okay. You normally find these for professionals, wherein let's say the shoulder joint has that big circle peg hole, okay,
Mm.
and then the shoulder has the peg. What they do is they cut it in a form of a C, so they
See,
just
Yeah.
yes.
They
slide it
they
in.
yeah. That's what EA Gunpla
But
does.
those kits, mostly you can see those on the Origin kits. They don't affect the joints, so that's why
Yeah, they don't.
they they
Mhm.
use it as a C clip.
Mm.
The downside of a C clip, of course, like I said earlier, 30-minute missions, they're designed for customizing. Okay. So it's expected that you are pulling them apart and then putting them back together more frequently than you would, let's say a normal HG kit. So the downside of it is, if the clip itself degrades, it's hard to fix. It's really hard to fix. It's either you have to put, a tiny piece of plastic to act as the lock. If the lock of the normal C clip joint degrades, and another issue with the C clip joints is on the lock part, it opens up. So you'll see that it has a white stress mark on the side if the peg is too big.
Mm.
So what happens is you need to from what I've done before is I just dip it in hot water, get it, and then squeeze it squeeze it back again. Okay. So
Oh, okay.
you leave it that let it cool. Okay, and then you regain some of that locking or that friction. Okay, but it doesn't last too
Oh.
long. So when it degrades, yeah, that's
Oh
it.
man. I guess
Yes, so
again, our gunplay is not really invincible, so that's what I can say
oh,
about it.
Burning Red said the best way to loosen joints is to file down the joints with sandpaper, sanding rods, etc. Yes,
Yep.
that will work
Amen.
too. That will definitely work
Amen.
too.
Amen
Uh,
Yeah,
to that.
because with sanding, you can gauge it. Sand it a bit. Try
push it and
if
sand it.
it's tight or if it's okay, and then sand it again. Yeah, you just have to repeat the process.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a little bit tedious, but it definitely is the safer
Yeah,
way
it's the
to do it.
best. It is the safest way. Yeah, I agree.
absolutely.
All right, so out with chemistry now. What's next?
All right.
Science.
I think now we are gonna get into
Basic poses.
yeah, the posing example. So I think this time, guys, we get to we get to pose with us, especially if you guys have your gunpla with you. That's I think until the end of our stream. So, okay, so we are now going to showcase some of the poses that you guys can, you guys can do at home, and I hope to see these pictures on your Instagram, on our Gunpla groups, and please make sure that you mention our stream, that you're applying what you've learned from our workshop. So,
Oh,
who'd
so
like to
it's
go
the
first?
last day. It's the last day for
It's yeah,
hashtag
it's the
gun
last
proposing
day
month.
of gum
So
proposing month. That's something that I just created. It's
get
not.
those in.
Hopefully next year we can hype it up a little bit more. Gosh, I
Yeah.
just posted a, a little for the gum proposing month. It was just the folks who really pose a lot, who post a lot, would be these two guys right here, Bren and Kyle. Also chasing through the decade. So I see those posts with the hashtag gun proposing month and October pose.
Other people who use that hashtag is huge shout outs to
Oh yeah,
K.
go ahead.
Dot Photography and Nirvana Plastic Sniffer.
Wow,
You guys can see them in my followings. You
nice,
guys can
nice, nice.
definitely see them if you just put hashtag gun proposing month. You can see those people right there who participated.
Yeah, we
There we
actually
Yeah,
go.
quite a few.
quite
Yeah,
a few.
not
Pretty good, which is pretty
not
good.
too much from one person, but there are a number of them who participated. So big thank you guys
Yeah,
for participating.
thank you, thank you.
On the Gun Proposing Month. We're gonna do this next year. I'm not sure when when Carlo decides to do it.
Hopefully October again, cause October is my birth month. So.
All right. If you guys don't know, actually,
Oh, that's me,
it's
Elam
Naga.
Lamau. Kim Porto.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah, probably let's do this October again next year.
Absolutely.
Hopefully earlier, so we can let's see what you guys create from this time, after the stream, up until next year. So with hopefully the tips that we were able to provide you guys is going to help you going forward now, okay,
Hmm.
in terms of creating more impact, okay, on your posing. So
Oh,
fingers crossed.
do you guys know Rotary Red? I'm pretty sure you guys know that guy, right?
Oh yes, yes.
He's
Yeah, 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 yeah.
also one of the best out there doing poses.
Along with
Amen.
a tin Gundam. There we go.
Yes, Tin Gundam.
And
Or I'm
Gundam.
calling him out. Alright, watch the stream. I was joking. Alright, so
All right.
Yes. So there. Wait, let's
are we
see.
gonna showcase some simple poses right now?
Yep. Some
Yeah, let's do
examples that you
that.
guys can do at home.
All right.
Oh,
So just to lay it out, yeah, just to lay it out to you guys, the posing that we're going to do is, of course, basic standing. You have your crouching, running pose, okay, and then we have, of course, the basic sword pose and a basic
big
gun
gun
pose.
pose.
You know
Okay.
what?
So you
I'm
guys
getting
can also
my.
try this.
What should I get?
Alright,
um,
I think
Close
Bren
your
should
eyes.
do. I
Yeah, close your
think
eyes. The
Bren,
first one you pick.
the first one I pick.
Bren should do the standing pose. The Obari. Let's go.
Yes. Hang on. Let me just get. Oh, hang on. Since I have this guy, the Bari.
Ah, found one.
What do we got? What do we got, sir?
Ah, this guy right here. Da-da-da-da. Ah.
Oh,
There we go.
And
That's a proper.
it's the decade of age as well, so that's why like.
coincidentally, I
Mm-hmm.
am using my H1 right here.
There we go.
Okay, well,
Okay.
since you guys are inviting me, come on, let's do it. You want an Obari
Right
pose for
there.
Gun?
A basic shooting pose for H1.
What am I doing?
Alright, so Obari pose. I'm gonna use this guy.
Cause I don't have a kit with a big sword. Well, ish.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, the sword pose. Yeah, it could be a saber. It's not limited to literally a sword. So it could be a saber, it could be a dagger, could be a
Mm.
buster blade, katana, whatever, melee weapon that you can think of. So let's see. I'm gonna use my Titus on this one. The Aquari. Gotta love that man's pose.
So now we're doing the Obari standing pose.
Okay, so I'm all set with this one. Uh, why is my turntable not turning? What the hell?
I
Alright,
actually have to get one of those turning tables.
Gosh, I left mine at
literally.
my other house.
Okay, so Opari standing pose. Have this guy right here. Okay. So with the Opari standing pose, you have.
Oh, there we go.
So this is where the orientation, guys, matters. Okay, because if you notice, I'm having a hard time, you know, getting the whole picture or getting the whole kit into the picture. If I move backwards, I get too much negative space right here. So if I do this one, uh, this is how you, or this is the best orientation for a standing pose, the portrait.
Oh,
So this is
portrait.
the Obari. I'm gonna say sorry now for people who are twisting their heads in the wrong direction. So there,
Right,
that's the
here
standing
is
pose.
me showcasing a simple put in the Pringles. Oh yeah, Bren put in Pringles.
Okay, hang
I'm
on.
not sure.
There.
How
I'm
how
not even
about a
sponsored.
jar?
God dang it.
Jesus Christ. No, we don't use a jar.
No,
No jar.
no. Dear God, no. Who said that?
But
Am
yes.
I doing
We
it
have,
right?
oh, you guys are doing standing poses? Oh
Yeah.
no. I didn't get the
Yeah,
memo.
you can skip. Doesn't
I'm
matter. Just can
doing
skip.
So for the Obari pose, it's the uh, what's that? The
hyper
waist,
exaggerated.
yeah, hyper exaggerated thrust of
Yeah, the pelvic
the
thrust.
pelvic
The,
thrust. There we go.
the mecha pelvic thrust. There you go.
And
There it is.
yeah, I'm using worm's eye view for this.
Featuring Pringles. I'm not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Pringles.
Right there we have. I have the core Gundam one, designed by Ebikawa himself. Same with the Titus. Did Ebikawa design the Cephos?
If I remember correctly, yes.
Most of the H kits, but yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
most
I
of
don't
the
know.
That's okay, dude.
All right, so that's a basic, not really basic. This is more of a basic Obari pose.
Yeah,
Sigma
but
male
it's the
standing
standing.
pose.
Yeah, it's a standing pose. So let's see. Let's go with the normal, literally a non-iconic standing pose for you guys. So let's. I'm gonna put two kits side by side. So I'm just gonna show the difference of what a stiff standing pose it looks like compared to a more natural standing
I
pose.
can give more bad examples.
Oh, are we gonna tell them about the next live you're planning?
Yeah, the can we do that? The roast my pose.
Yeah, roast my posts.
Oh, by the way,
Hopefully,
these bad poses that we're going to feature would be from the post that I had for my FB page.
Yes. So if you still if you haven't sent
The
like a bad pose that you found out or that you yourself have made, let's say the past few years, please do go ahead and send them over or tag the mobile suit hanger. Okay. I have a worse post than that. Stiff as hell. There.
making a bad pose is a lot harder than making a good
there.
pose.
So what's a more natural? This one.
Here is mine,
This is my comparison.
What the hell?
and
And
a little bit better.
and I guess I guess Kyle takes away the prize for the core Gundam.
I mean, look at
So
that. He
I
looks
funny.
yield.
sad.
I surrender.
All
Yeah,
right.
that is stiff as hell.
So a little pointers out is that the legs, you can see that they are spread apart. You can see that the shoulders are pushed a little bit high up along with the head level
Oh,
compared to the core one right there. It looks sad.
what
But
about my Pale
yes.
Rider?
Oh
Pew
no,
pew
that's the best.
pew pew pew. Oh yeah, the
Brent's gonna
I
get angry
remember those
again.
seventies.
candy. Have you guys seen those candy? Those mecha. Those candy with the mecha design. It's like a mecha toy that has a gimmick. Like you push a button at the back and the arm punches forward.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not sure
yeah,
if
yeah.
you guys
Oh
have
yeah,
seen
I've
those.
I've seen some of those.
So those, yours, Carlo, looks like
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like one of them.
yeah. This
All
one.
right.
Right. Yes. Like, is
Yeah.
there a button at the back of
Fear
it that you
me.
press? Where the gun arm goes up and
I'm
then goes
going
down
to
again.
destroy all of you.
So yeah, so that's an example of a stiff pose.
Yeah, it's a stiff pose.
So yeah, it's still a pose. We're not gonna say it's wrong. It's just an example of a stiff pose, or more on those unnatural pose.
Again, disclaimer: this workshop is for people who are trying to improve, not for people who already have their morals that they like it to pose that way.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some people who like posing their kids in a very
And
tight
that's
pose.
fine actually. That's
Nothing
fine.
wrong.
That's fine.
Yeah,
If you want to pose it that way, we have nothing against it.
Yep.
Okay?
and
We,
you're
we
not gonna
just don't we
die
just
from
don't
that.
like it.
All right, let's do shooting poses actually.
All right,
Have my
shooting
age
poses.
one ready.
Shooting poses.
Yung
Already
laruan na
That
done
that
one,
nasa
Carlo.
palengke.
la- laruan na nabibili sa palengke pose translates as the toy that you buy
But
in a
the
market.
market.
Flea market. The flea market.
Yes.
Kidded toys.
Shooting
All right. So
poses.
this is another pointer for you guys. You can see that this is a bird's eye view, which doesn't look natural in an basic shooting pose. If you lower it down a little bit, point at the gun like so. There you go. It looks a little bit better compared to the bird's eye view.
Okay,
Right
so
there.
I'm gonna share my shooting pose. Of course, it's gonna be my favorite shooter, which
Mm.
is right.
It's the ale
I do
strike.
apologize. Yes, I do apologize. The rifle of my air strike is somewhere underneath that humongous pile of accessories. So not to worry. I'm gonna
which
take
is
a
Nothing
day.
against.
which is a treasure chest for customizers.
Actually, I'm just gonna show it to you guys, just for you guys to have an idea of what I'm talking about. I say it's gonna take me days. So please brace yourselves. This so it's somewhere under.
Oh my god.
This is
That's just
funny.
one
Nothing.
box of it. That's just one box of it. So
Nothing
yeah.
against it, but you're still wrong.
So anyway, going back to shooting poses, if you want a very dynamic shooting poses as opposed to what Carlos showed earlier as the supermarket pose, supermarket toy posing, this one. So this is closer to the strike pose. This is the normal shooting pose that I normally do. So if you notice the contra pose though, right arm,
Yep.
left leg. Okay. And then for most people, what they don't realize is they don't twist the waist from this part. Okay. You can twist the waist. Okay. The kit has articulation there. Another thing that you need to work on is the neck joint. The neck joint here. Because if
Should be
you,
looking
yeah, not
at
just looking down
the.
the barrel. Remember the joint can tilt side to side. So if you bend it a little bit near the shoulder, the eyes would line up with the gun. So I'm gonna add in I forgot to show this earlier. For the perspective, we were apart from the contrapposto, when it comes to composition, you also have your rule of thirds. Okay, it's to where you place your subject in an
Oh,
image.
show them the plexi.
Yeah, yeah,
You can show them the
Yeah, the
plexiglass.
plexiglass. So if you guys have the camera on the phone, you have your turn on grid function. You'll see this. So if you
Yeah.
see those,
I love how I love
see,
the clear what's that plexiglass?
yeah. So if you guys notice, I'd just like to point out what's the use of the grid or the rule of thirds. These intersection points of these lines. So this one and this one, and this one. Okay. If you place your subject around those areas, okay, so for example, you want to emphasize the head of strike, you place it here because it's more natural for you guys to see or to view a subject on those points. So you play around with those. Some what do you call this? Some photos. If you guys notice my photos, I don't shoot straight like this one. It's normally at an angle.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, because my point of interest, I'm sorry, my point of interest on my grid, it's here on the gun.
Mm.
It's on the barrel of the gun. Okay, which means I'm emphasizing that this is a shooting pose. If you notice as well, my the strike or the main body of the strike is over here, which is on the line where 1/3 of your screen is. So that's where you place it. That's the rule of thirds. If you look at it, it's more natural that you look in this area and also in this area. So see, I'm pointing my finger now. This is where the gun is. This is where the head is. That's the rule of thirds. So just a quick point of advice if you guys want to really play around with posing, play around with the camera angles, turn on the grid
Yep.
on your phone cameras. It helps a lot. Okay, so we're done with the gun
Done with
poses.
the gun poses, yes.
What
Next
next?
up is a running.
Or
Oh no. So we did
is it?
standing, we did shooting,
I actually
crouching.
wanna wait. Show you guys this as well. So as you can see, the barrel of the this is what Kyle was talking about earlier. So the barrel of the gun
Yes,
is like at the corner of your
camera lens.
yeah, camera lens or your photo, right? And the focus should be on the head of the kit. So, and again, applying the principle of contrapposto. So left arm is extended outward, and then the right leg is extended outward with flexing knees. So also wide balancing poses. There we go. Okay, that's mine. All right, what are we going to do next? Oh, by the way, I think we can talk about the question raised earlier about ball joints, because I think the Reborn's Gundam has ball joint hips.
Yes, it has ball jointed hips. So that's why I wanted to address it right now. First, who was that? Who pointed out how to pose
Is it the ball
kits?
jointed kit or the old kits thing that they were asking? I think there was a
I
question
I think
think
it's
earlier.
the same.
I think it's both. I
You
think it's
could
both. Did
both.
he left?
I don't know, but
Hopefully
we
not.
can we
So
can answer. Hopefully he
yeah,
didn't leave.
If he
yeah.
did
If
leave,
we
he
did,
could still watch
Yeah, the replay.
the replay.
add replay.
And then
So
someone pointed out how to pose SD kits. I have a couple SD kits in my page. Shameful plug right there. If
yeah,
you
same with
know,
mine, but you just have to dig.
yeah, you're not a big fan of SDs, huh?
Nope,
I'm not.
I'm
So
not.
I think most people know that I'm not a big fan of SDs. I do have a few because they keep, giving me gifts of SDs. I think because they're cheaper.
They're cheaper, yeah.
Uh, yeah, they are cheaper. But yeah, not really the biggest fan. I get SDs just for the accessories, to be honest.
I
But yeah,
think I
anyway, I
have
digress. Hmm.
I have a couple SD kits that I actually would like to get, which is the Command and the what was that kit? The one that Lady Kawaguchi used in Build
Oh, the Red
Fighters Tribe.
Warrior.
No, it's not the Red Warrior. The other one.
Oh, the Zero Maru.
Yeah, the Zero Maru. I think that one looks
Yeah, I
cool.
have. Actually, I have that one, but I don't. For the life of me, I don't know where I put it. That kit is it's limited. Okay, it's an SD, so you guys know I'm not a big fan of it. But from the SDs that I own, that's my favorite. Yeah. Not only does it have double blades, it has a standard sword, a short sword, and then it has that big blue blade. And you also get transformation parts. So the head, you get two head gears. I think you also get chest gear,
Yeah,
so
a new
chest
chest.
gear and shoulder, and then you get open hands, and those open hands are not square hands; they're claws, the real claws. So I really like that kit. No regrets, no regrets buying that one. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to addressing posing ball jointed and old kits.
I have
Yeah,
mine set up right now, so
yeah.
you
Go
guys
ahead.
can see how far the ball jointed hips are. The same goes for some of the 90s kits, the old ones. You could see that they spread far away, that far. That's the best some of
Somewhat.
them can do.
Oh, you've not posed a vegan suit, have you, son?
A what?
The enemy suit from Gundam Age.
From Gundam Age. Okay.
Yeah. The
I
main
don't
weakness
understand why they
with
were using ball joint hips.
it's the design.
It's the
It's
design
hard.
of it.
Ah,
Yeah, it's hard to put what do you call this? A universal joint. Okay,
Yeah.
although I saw someone
really
made a
now.
customer, he cut the leg diagonally.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, so
Oh,
he was able
similar.
to.
All right, go
Mhm.
on.
No, I'm just gonna make that quick. So yeah, someone cut the leg of it uh, diagonally. So what happened was that he incorporated the joint of the Destiny, like the
Mm.
H2P Destiny, okay, and gave it universal joints,
ooh,
which was really awesome.
ah man.
So yeah, you guys can see that design of a kit or design of a Gundam is also a huge factor. You guys can see that the Reborns doesn't incorporate those thigh joints that you normally see in other kits, like the heavy arms right here,
Ah,
right there.
such a bummer.
It's
Yeah,
it's just the design of the mobile suit itself. It's not really the kit's
mhm.
problem. It's
Hmm.
because the
I mean,
kit had to work on it.
yeah, if you think about it, it has room for a universal joint. You know
Yes.
what they do with the thigh cut, like it's only showing up front, but at the back of it, it's not shown. It's cut
Yeah,
all the way.
Oh
they could
yeah,
have
yeah,
done
yeah.
that definitely.
Yeah, like
Cuz
this
do
one. I have. Yeah, go on.
cuz they've improved a lot in the double O season
Hmm.
2 kits, and then we got the Reborns Gundam, which like such a downgrade with those universal hips.
Ah crap.
And another
Really?
thing is that the Reborns has less than 90 degrees of an elbow joint right here, which you
Oh
guys can see.
man, no, no, no.
Yeah. Even if you
Yeah, someone.
incorporate this part, it looks super awkward.
Yeah, because
I'm not
it
sure if you
Oh
has
guys can
yeah.
see.
drives on the elbows.
Yes, it has drives on the elbows.
Yeah, which was really odd. I actually have a vegan suit, a Gundam Age vegan suit with me right here. But what I'm showing you right now
The
is the 105
Legilus.
bunker.
Oh, what's that?
Uh, no,
Oh,
right
I've
now
seen
this
you
is
post
the
that before.
105.
Oh, yeah, is that with
Yeah,
the gun barrel?
yes, this is the gun barrel with a
Okay.
105 dagger. So this one, for those of you asking, how to pose, this is an old kit, as you guys may know. This has a solid, like a really solid um, torso joint, okay, a very old shoulder joint, 90-degree elbow, and then if I remember correctly, this is also it's a double joint, but it's a 90-degree joint, okay? And of course, more importantly, ball jointed hips. This is solid, by the way. You cannot split this. So when you move it,
Oh
but
man, it's
yeah,
one
but what you
straight.
can do, yeah, it is a straight shaft
Oh,
inside
they
of this.
they did that. They did that with the old Wing 1144 HJ kits.
Right?
Ah
The
crap.
the fighting action, even
Yeah, the
the old
fighting
police.
action.
Mm.
I have some
So
of those. They did the same.
yeah, that was a classic. But you know, back then we never really those never
No.
really mattered.
Yep.
As long as you have the kid, you're the cool kid. So
Definitely.
Absolutely.
all right. So how do you pose? How do you pose an old kit with old joints, like you see here? See, 90-degree, and then 90-degree for this one, and then it's see, this is worse than the rebound. This is the maximum.
Oh my god.
You cannot go any farther than this one. So how do you pose this one? This one also has peg, if I remember correct. Yeah, it's a peg. It's a peg joint with a polycap in here. If you notice, the polycap on mine appears to be round. What I did with this one, okay, from a flat polycap, I just shaved the edges, okay, because this has pegs on the sides here, on these two
Yeah.
sides. So technically they can twist. So if you just shave off some parts of those,
Mm.
and then you don't force it all the way in for the joint, what you can get instead of a static torso, you get this.
A little ab crunch.
Not just a little.
Oh, oh, nice.
See, I just shaved the joint and then pulled it a bit upward.
Holy cow.
So so another thing you can do with this one is, again, contrapposto. It helps with this one. Okay. Since I think we have running with the list, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running.
Yeah, we have running. Okay, let's go with running. Okay.
I'm actually not good with running poses, but
They're pretty hard to do.
yeah. I think this is gonna be my first time doing it.
Okay.
I have the Mars
So
4 as the kit for running poses.
so there is a running pose. So what's important with running poses? What's the element that makes it easily recognizable with running is this foot, right? The one in front. Okay. What you do is you point it upwards so that you can see the sole or the bottom of the foot. If you notice, it's easily recognizable that you're running.
Oh
Just
god.
No
make
matter
sure
where.
to adjust some of it.
Yeah. So this is where contrapposto also applies. If you notice the torso, it's pointing this direction, while the crotch is pointing towards the lower right direction.
And you need to use a stand actually.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know, but this is the best that I could come up with.
Now, it's
They
also
look more
limited with
natural.
design.
They look more natural with ground kits. But that's pretty good actually. And you can see
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
feet on the back is splayed a little bit
Yes.
to convey motion. So if you
Yeah.
put it in certain angles,
The
like
the the
this,
the foot that's gonna land should be flat, right?
yes,
There, I can get my turntable running again. No pun intended.
There
There,
you
you
go.
can see the turnaround, the
also.
positioning of the legs, the arms, contrapposto, again. There you go.
If you have G Gundam kits, they work best with the running poses, despite the limited movement of it.
Indeed, they do. They do.
What
They do
is?
in the abs.
At least it's better than the Minecraft running pose. What do you mean by Minecraft? I don't know. I don't play Minecraft, so.
Oh, the
I
Minecraft
think
running pose?
what they meant by that is the stiff ones. You look like
They're
a Lego,
literally
a Lego
blocks.
person. Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
had to do what they had for Minecraft. Standing,
Uh,
running.
well, it is understandable for Minecraft,
Yeah.
based on the design. But if you use that on a kit, let's say a running pose like this one,
You have to
like what
utilize
the hell,
all the
dude?
joints.
That is stiff as hell. No, oh god, no. Okay. So if you guys want, like what I do sometimes, if you guys are familiar with the Gundam gags, where I make fun of my kits, okay, you can search it, use the hashtag Gundam gags or Gundam gags. Okay, you'll see some of them. Uh, so yeah, you can do that. You can use poorly posed gunpla for gags. They work best for those. Not saying that not saying that poorly posed gunplas are a joke. No, unless the joke is intended. Don't do that, please.
I think
But
Easy
there,
8 is fit for running poses. I think so too. I have. I
They
think
are.
it's
A lot of the
quite similar
yeah, a
with
lot of the
the
ground,
ground Gundam. Yeah.
yeah, the ground Gundam. Because if I'm going to pose, a running pose with a space type, I have a space type in here. Just give me a second. It's very odd, like really, really odd. I have the Hazel too.
pretty hard to pose this SD.
I'm not
Oh
learning
yeah. What the
anything from
hell?
this one.
It does not have feet.
That's the thing. The feet, well, technically the landing gear,
Oh
is right
yeah.
here.
So you really can't.
Yeah, you can.
Oh you.
Same with the 30-minute missions, Esposito,
Oh yeah.
Espos or Esposito, whatever. However, I'm hearing Despacito from that. Yeah, you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have a ground type in here. What the hell? So I have a ground type MS, which is the striker, the striker that you saw earlier. So this is an old kit. If you guys want a running close from this one, come on, quick.
30-minute missions Despacito.
Here.
Oh yeah. There you go. I think yeah. It looks better.
Why is it so dark? What the hell? Like there. So with running, of course, you want to convey the rush of the action.
Mm.
Okay, so when you're taking the photo of it, you don't take it straight on. Like this one, you take it from from a perspective looking downwards, not necessarily bird's eye like this one. Okay, just an angle looking downwards. You
Is
want,
that
because when you're running, you're not running in, at this.
Oh
What are you,
yeah
Mario? You're not Mario.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you get it from this angle. This is the best angle for a running pose. Or
Yeah.
of course, you also have this one, which is from the bottom going up. If you want your perspective, for example, your perspective as a pilot in the battlefield. So there, something like that.
There we go.
All
Okay.
right. So let me showcase this SD right here because someone asked. So for posing SD kits, the SDCS frame the frame that they have default doesn't have any elbow joints or knee joints. So the best you can do for these kits is trying to find the best angle possible for them. This one isn't really the best because it's hard to do on video. But if you guys look at my page, I have the SDCS
Yeah.
Gundam and the SDCS Zaku 2 posed right there, and a bunch of the Soketsuden kits.
Ah. I don't have those Suketsuden kits, but
Yeah, the suitcase then were actually great compared to a default SDCS
yep.
kit, because an SDCS focuses on the upgrades of the kit. Uh, the other ones, I have the what's it?
The Sasuke.
Yeah, the Sasuke. I have the Sasuke. Oh, you remember my kit more than I do. What the hell? Okay, so I have the Sasuke right now. Pardon the lack of stickers. I hate them. So these guys have a knee joint by default. Like if I remove this arm right here, come on, goodness notice, there's a knee joint
Oh, that's nice.
right here. Yeah, the problem is the skirt. The skirt
Mm.
is on a ball joint.
Oh, what the hell?
It's a bit phallic if you think about it, but yeah, I'm just gonna put this back. Here, so you won't get demonetized.
No.
There. So that's the problem. You can only swing this one,
Yeah.
ever so slightly, and then if you swing it to the side, it's gonna hit everywhere. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this away just to avoid any risks of further demonetizations. For Carlo. Okay.
Also, unfortunately, for the SDCS and the Soketsuden kits, is they don't include the angled they don't include the angled eye stickers anymore.
Yeah,
Oh
what do
yeah,
you call it?
yeah.
You're gonna have to paint them in.
Convey so it's really hard to convey if you see this simple shooting pose of the granddaddy right here. It would have been better if it was an angled eye.
Like looking towards the right.
It's
Like a
looking
side,
towards
yeah,
the left
just a
or to
side
the side.
glance.
Yeah,
Mm.
right there. But yeah, definitely for posing SD kits, the best advice I could give is playing a lot with the angles because they don't
Yeah,
have as much as range compared to HG or master
Mm.
grade kits or real grades.
yeah. This is where you can actually practice a good standing pose for SD kits. Because
Yes,
most of the time,
definitely.
you're gonna see them just standing
Yeah, of
there,
course.
like this one. You see them just in this pose. I can turn this thing on. You're just gonna see them in that pose. You're not gonna see them in a big action.
Right here. All right. So we've covered those questions
Yeah.
Did we
for
miss anything?
posing limited kits. Okay, so let's do a couple more poses. Actually, we have a
We
bunch more.
have basic
There's someone
sword. Oh, we're done with
asking actually
the shooting pose.
Yes, we
the sword
are.
pose.
Crouching, I guess.
We have
Crouching.
crouching and the basic sword. We only have two more to work with.
Okay. For the person who's asking, what are the tips of, posing the nightingale? Unfortunately, guy, we don't have a nightingale, unless Carlo has a
Unless,
sponsor.
unless you
Unless you
know,
guys give
Will you
us.
sponsor us?
No, just kidding.
unless you guys give us, we could definitely pose it.
The
But
nightingale.
you know,
Yeah, but looking at the construction of the HG, you see nightingale, from the instructions alone, From what I can see, it's more posable than you think.
Compared
So
to
don't
the
let that
Reborn
fall.
1100.
Not just that, for the other bulky suits in the
Oh, like
HG,
the Kashi or the
yeah, like
Penelope.
you see, it's it's deceptively posable from what I've seen. Just basing it on the constructions and how things move, you can actually
Also,
gauge.
for
Yeah,
bigger kits, you guys don't have to do that much posing for them because they look good as they are.
yeah, they're
Ah,
meant to be
yeah, I
They
menacing,
agree.
they're meant to be
standing there.
menacingly standing there looking big. I mean, even if you look at the box art for the Nightingale, like what does it do?
It's
Just
just
stand there,
defending. It's just defending from the high school.
right?
For you guys who've seen, I'm not sure if you guys, for those watching, for those of you who are also playing the Gundam Breaker mobile, okay, or for you who have, um, just put it on your list later to check the EX skill, okay, of the Nightingale from the game, Gundam Breaker mobile. You're gonna see, you're gonna be shocked. Okay, but most of the poses that the Nightingale, you know, does from that cutscene animation, you can almost do that like 100% with the HG from what I've seen, from what I've seen so far.
Dang.
So yeah, so crouching pose.
Or
I
kneeling
think
poses.
this is also a Superman pose, isn't it? Yeah, this could count as a Superman pose. I am so sorry. There you go.
Oh, the superhero landing pose. What the hell? Wait.
Yeah. So that's the superhero landing pose. There's also a what do you call this? There's also the crouching pose for sniping. Just get my strike again. Where's my bike?
For crouching poses, the
Kneeling,
HG
crouching.
AC, the HG AZ wing kits can definitely do those really,
Oh
really
yeah,
good
Yep.
because of
the
their
Sandrock.
hips.
Yeah, the Sandrock is the best so far from what I've seen, followed by the Death Side, and then the Heavy Arms, of course.
This is my poor heavy arms trying to do it
I
Oh.
don't have the Sandrock.
right there.
I didn't get the Sandrock.
Well,
Uh,
if you have the heavy arms, I have. Oh wait.
Oh, he has the wing.
is that the RG wing?
No, 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 no. I haven't built it yet.
I won the RG wing as a contest. Actually, pretty cool.
Whoa. Which contest?
Posing contest.
Oh, nice. Which group?
Of course,
Well,
we're
as
not
expected,
expecting you
you're
not
not
to
supposed to
win.
join any posing contest. You're not supposed to
Just kidding.
join.
Right there. Simple
Uh,
crouching
if
pose. You could see
if
the
you
heavy
didn't
arms
win,
guarding.
if you didn't win from that posing contest, I will
That's
slap you in the butt.
No, that sounds wrong.
uh what the hell? How would I do this?
Also, a little cheat for people who would like to do crouching poses. You could remove the front skirts.
Well, get an RG. They do that on their own. Or an MG or whatever. Hold on, forgot this was starting.
If you guys have the MG Dynamis, that one is really good for
I do.
articulation.
It's on my pile.
I haven't bought. Yeah, I couldn't. By the time that I was gonna buy it, it's out. It went out of stock.
Ah, that sucks.
And
It was
I
pretty
guess
good.
it's still out of stock.
It is still, unfortunately. Well, I
Definitely a
mean,
popular
I
kit.
found, yeah, yeah, I found one. I think yesterday. I found one yesterday, but Jesus Christ, the price. Never mind. So here,
Oh wait, let me change my. I think I thought of a better.
If you're joining a posing competition, never join the like. Definitely not. You don't join those.
The what?
It's pretty hard. So, Action Man said, if you're joining a posing competition, never join the like contests.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do what
yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
before, where
Do
you get
not.
likes. You're
Do
pretty
not.
much
yeah,
done for people who have bigger clouts than you.
Yep. I'm not a fan of that photo liking contest
someone's singing Despacito in the chat. What
in
the
the
hell?
chat box.
Yeah, someone's singing.
I'm not done
Okay,
yet. Oh my god.
Wait, where's
it's
the
just
Gunpla pose?
God damn it.
Where's the Gunpla pose roasting? It's not out yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Roast
have to
my
send
pose.
your entries. Yeah, you have to send the entries to, or your entries or whoever's photo to,
I'm actually
the mobile
gonna.
screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another post to promote it. Roast my pose.
We're not gonna show the names, so don't worry.
Absolutely.
Unless
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 you
you
want
have
to.
people in the
Unless you
audience,
want to.
unless you want to, you're brave enough to do that, or you're crazy enough to do that, or someone on the other viewers know it's yours, then
Yep.
by all means, you've been warned. Okay, so
Dag damn
he's
it.
just
I'm still okay.
you can do it, you can do it, sir.
Ah, what the hell? I don't know.
Not
That's the
gonna
best
lie.
that I could come
The
up with.
heavy
It's
arm really
really
has bad shoulders.
I'm just
what do you call
cheating using the camera angle, but it really looks awkward for me, I guess.
Yeah. The regarding the heavy arms, so I think someone also pointed that out that the arms of the heavy arms are bad. It's with the engineering. Sorry, the design, the
Yeah, the
engineering
design.
decisions that
Mm.
they made. Yeah, because if you notice the sandrock, the polycaps are the shoulder polycaps are oriented upwards, because of the shoulders. Because the sandrock has those huge, wing-like pauldrons. The heavy arms has the bulky shoulders as well.
It
However,
should have been upwards.
yeah, it should have been upwards as well, like the sandrock. And then this is something that they improved upon on the death side. Because if you notice, if you
Yeah.
raise the arm of the heavy arms sidewards, it's gonna hit the thruster, which is going to
Oh.
limit the range. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty evident with need some head laser. Camera angles are a godsend, according to Burning Red. Yes, amen.
Yep.
So Action Man says, if you're gonna roast mine, please make it real quick. Oh, we're gonna make it
What do you
real
mean?
slow.
What do you mean? Roast yours, dude.
Roach.
Yeah,
What?
we're gonna barbecue
You
yours,
just be
man.
quiet. All right. You be quiet. I mean,
People who are
Can
good.
Barbatos do the crouching pose? Hardly.
And
no,
you have to
I don't
force it.
think
No,
so. The Barbatos. No.
technically you can, but it's really, really awkward because problem
Awkward,
with
yes.
Gundam frames, the
Short
thighs are
thighs.
shorter than the arms.
Yeah,
Ah,
the thighs are shorter
yeah,
than the legs.
yeah. That's the main problem with those IBOs.
Yep.
I think Tin. Was it Tin Gundam or someone in IG um
It's
modded?
both. It's both tin and rotary red, which elongated the legs for the Lupus Rex.
Yeah, those two guys. They did elongated the thighs, and they look so good, right?
Oh,
Those they really work. Like the demonic poses that those two, you know, the demonic poses that you can get from a barbat the Rex. Couple that with with the extended thighs and the posing game of those two.
yep.
You check them out. You're gonna drool.
What
Definitely,
I
yeah.
like about Tin Gundam, he mods his the torso.
Waist.
Yeah, the
He
torso. He
mods
likes
his
modding
waist
the
a lot.
torso.
I respect
Uh,
him for that. It's pretty good.
I'm not yet into that game. I'm trying to learn it, but I'm not yet into that game.
the Red Rock says, oh, it's all aesthetics and functionality over poses. Yes,
Oh, for the
Yeah,
advanced Athenas?
absolutely.
form over function.
Form over function.
So,
Alright, let's do slashing poses.
all right.
Yep.
I have my Mars 4 ready.
Get something
Right.
different.
So
Slashing.
for slashing, it doesn't necessarily have to be big swords. I have the H1 right here in a simple beam saber pose.
It could be a saber, it could be a dagger. I don't have my pixie, so does the pixie has
Again,
different parts?
this is a slash, not a stab. Though I like stabbing poses a little bit better.
I got it.
Uh,
Okay, modding takes up so much resources according to Burning Red. Yes,
yep,
it
absolutely.
does. Amen to that. It does need a lot of resources and skill. You have to be very precise when you mod the torso. Otherwise, if you mess up, you're gonna mess up badly
Yep.
on on modding that. Tin Gundam did make the HE Banshee do a full leg bend. Technically, you can. There is a trick, but it involves reducing the armor of what do you call this? Of the back, the leg. The part with the thruster. It involves cutting that, and then you can get the full bend of it, as well as the arms. But if you mod the forearm armor, it looks really bad.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm glad they fixed that with the RG unicorn. Okay, we'll go with this.
There we go.
Alright, so slashing poses is the last, and we can get to the Q&As for some people.
For those who we have, for those questions we haven't answered, I guess, or if you have new questions.
Yes, please feel free to
So this
leave
is
them
what
down.
I came up with. So again, the here just like the principle that we applied with the guns. So the sword is somewhat near the camera lens. And as you can see, the sword is blurred and the head is focused. Right?
Yes.
So here's mine.
Oh, that's the
Sure,
over.
go
Is
ahead. I
that the
think he did
over
in a Bari
flag?
post.
Not
Oh,
really.
it didn't.
It's just a flag with the
It's
with
a
the
flag.
GN saber,
Okay.
the over
Oh,
flag.
Graham's Gen flag. I have to get one of
Oh yeah,
those.
the Union flag, Graham.
Yeah, they look really cool.
I
At
have that
least
too.
for me. A lot of people don't like it. They look like grasshoppers, they said.
But I like it. There you go.
Yeah, just the legs. The legs look like uh, straight grasshopper legs. By the way, you guys, you can't get that saber effect. For you guys who's planning to buy the overflag, that comes from the master grade. It's
Actually,
Oh,
another one.
you modded it. Okay.
yeah, it's a modded
Action
DMK.
Action Man said that reminds me to bend my beam saber effects. Yes, in slashing poses, you should definitely bend those beam sabers, at least one of them.
Yep.
Yes,
However, for
it
this
helps.
kit right here, it's a solid blade, so
It's a solid blade.
it's not
Yeah, that one's a
it's not a
heat.
beam saber. So
Yeah, it is. It is a heated blade, if I remember correctly.
yeah, but you
So
you
you're gonna.
can't bend it. It's not like the beam saber.
Yeah, it's a solid. It
Yes.
is a solid piece of plastic. Okay. So the bending the saber effect also helps if you want to pose. If you want to do a mid swing. Okay, so it's already drawn out,
Mm.
but it hasn't hit the enemy yet. A mid swing pose.
Yeah.
I'm just getting.
Wow. This angle also works, I guess,
What's
for
up,
me.
amigo? Yo, hey,
There we go. Okay. 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 There we go. Nice. Let's see. Okay, so I think we're done with the slashing poses, sword poses. And I think
Yeah,
we already covered the shooting poses earlier. So I
yeah,
think we are
we're good with that.
good to go. I think we can already answer some questions on our chat.
Oh wait, I was on mute. I think we have one more topic. I think
I know
background.
we're gonna. Sorry, what?
We have one more topic, which is backgrounds. Actually,
Oh yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
talk about
Backgrounds.
that a little
Okay.
bit.
I'll start, I guess. Well, as you guys can
Yes.
see, because of course my branding says the mobile suit hanger, of course. For obvious reasons, I always take my photos. Well, not always actually, but most of the time I take photos in the hanger right here. Uh,
Mhm.
so I actually bought this. And another thing that you guys could use is a clean plain background. What I bought was a gray PVC um background. Not paper. All right, not paper, but it's a PVC material background. So so it's of course it's more durable than paper. And why did I choose gray? Because gray, of course, complements. It's not. Of course, it's not black. It's not white. So it could complement dark and light colors. So
Actually,
that's
if
for
you
me.
think about it, we have the three best examples when it comes to backgrounds.
Oh
You
yeah,
have
nice.
me, yeah, you have your plain, no background or no special background, featuring the Pringles cans. Kyle has the plain color background,
Yep.
which is gray, white, or black. In his case, it's a gray. In your case, that's a special background
Mm.
because you have the hanger setup.
Yep.
Okay, you have the almost diorama setup for for the background. So okay, so I'd just like to add to that when it comes to backgrounds. Um, it's also important, you guys, that your background doesn't or is not busy, okay? Or if it is busy, you blur it enough so that the attention. I think I mentioned this one earlier. Your
Mm.
attention, or the viewer's attention rather, isn't split between your subject and the background. unless unless you're trying to portray something uh, like Carlos's example right there. It's in the hangar. It's like testing inside the hangar. So if you compare it to mine, which is just a simple Pringles background, okay, if I have it, in a very cluttered way, you're almost not going to see the overflag. Your attention will be drawn to the back.
Um, yes, definitely also to add with backgrounds, you're not limited to what we are using. I think Bren actually said it, to think outside of the light bulb. You could use your backyard, your environment. If you
Yep.
guys have seen Tin Gundam's photo sets with his core Gundam, have you seen those?
I
Yeah,
think
I
I
have.
have, but I cannot remember. I cannot remember.
So
Another
he,
example, yeah, of no, I'm
uh,
just gonna add to that, and
yeah,
then I'm gonna let you continue. Another example, guys, of the good use of a natural outside background, lightning ace,
Oh yeah,
oh
Lightning
yes,
Ace, the legendary
Lightning Ace,
Lightning Ace.
definitely.
the legendary posing
He
master.
he is one of the OGs out there
Yep,
of
absolutely.
Yeah, I think
doing
he is
poses.
synonymous to posing, right? His name is synonymous to posing.
Yes. If you hear Lightning Ace, oh my god.
It means badass pose.
Mm-hmm. He's
So yeah,
actually
go
the
ahead.
owner of the group Gunpla Posing on Facebook. He's
Yes,
the
Yeah,
owner.
I've
he's the
seen
main.
those.
He is the main admin of
Yep.
Gunpla Posing.
Commander Moist.
Commander
What?
Moist does outdoor shot. Oh, Commander Moist. Yeah, definitely. He does outdoor shots a lot. I'm pretty sure, Brent,
Oh,
you
I
follow
don't
him,
I don't
right?
know who Commander Moist is.
Commander Voice. I think
Commander
I do
Moist.
follow a lot of good,
I think he changed
great.
his name.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see command. I remember
Uh,
Commander Voice, but I don't.
I think his old name was username was Chifu.
Oh.
Yeah, Shifu.
Yeah. Yes. That guy does a lot of outdoor shots, which are really pretty. Definitely check those guys out.
All right.
All right.
And Jskin TV said, "Guys, what is your top 5 Gundams that are best with poses?" I
Bren,
have
you want to start? Or
none
let's start
particularly.
with the host.
Uh, yeah,
Um
start with the host.
I
Yeah, let's
think
start with the host.
um well, the favorite Gundams that I want to pose would, or that I usually pose, would be the double O kits. Double O kits in particular is right now it's the RG 007 swords. Um and the HG the Origins RX 782. It's another one. What else? Oh, the HGAC Wyndham. I love that kit. And what else? The Barbatos, the HGIBO Barbatos. But for me, I guess any kit that has universal hip joints, I would.
You're allergic to ball jointed hips.
Huh? What?
You are allergic to ball jointed hips.
Yeah. I hate ball joint hips.
Was that 5 already?
I think that's just 4. I can't think of the fifth
One more.
one.
One more.
I can't think of any aside from 30-minute mission skits. Oh my god, those are super fun to pose. 30 minutes mission skits.
One more gunpla, dude. It doesn't count. That's Flamo.
What the hell, man? Okay, fine. You're still I think it's the. Oh yeah, it's the Moon Gundam. It's the Moon Gundam. Yeah,
Ah,
the Moon
Uh,
Gundam. I love
I
that
see.
kit.
the, yeah, the previous king of high grade.
The previous,
Is it actually that good?
he was
I've never.
dethroned
It has already been dethroned, dude.
by I forgot.
Origin.
Oh really? Nice.
Yeah, it's been dethroned. The only advantage the moon now has is you get an action base with it.
Oh yeah yeah yeah.
No, seriously.
Reaction base. Yeah,
Yeah,
the best
it's a
part.
free action base. It's a good action base though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now
Uh,
now that you mentioned it, the I think the knee joint or yeah, for the origins it has
No,
more
it's the hips.
articulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think for the moon, the main weakness of the moon Gundam is the hips. The gimmick on the hips,
Mm.
the swing joint. It's too fragile. It's too thin
Oh,
for
scary.
a swing down hip joint. You'll see stress marks
Uh oh.
on it. Plus the kit's heavy. Like the legs of that thing are very dense.
Mm.
It's really full of parts. So it's just too thin for
uh,
comfort.
was that 5 kits already?
Yep. I think those are already five.
All right.
I don't know how to
Who's gonna
count.
go next?
Yeah. Who wants to go next?
Yeah.
I think I'll go next. Uh, just make it faster. Favorite kits to pose. Of course, I'm gonna go with my favorite, which is the Dark Hound.
Oh, I haven't
So
built
you,
that. I have
Oh
you
that. I
shit, we
have
have
that.
the same one.
I haven't
yeah,
built that. I
you
might
guys,
have a new favorite if I already built it.
yeah, go build it. The thing, the torso, the way that you can use the torso gimmick on the H2 is just fantastic for an H kit.
Mm.
So it still boggles me to think that that kit's over 10 years old.
Nice.
Okay, so we have the Dark Hound. What's the other ones I have? Uh, I have the Fortress. You can see the bias right now. So I have the H3 Fortress.
Mm.
I can do hover poses on that,
Oh
and
yeah yeah.
I
I saw
don't need
your
to use the
photos.
stand. Yeah, I don't need to use stand. He's that stable. So if you've seen those poses that I did before, the one with effect parts,
Mm.
there's no stand involved on that one.
Oh
Even if
nice.
he's on that in that extreme angle, it's not gonna topple over. Okay,
Nice.
so I have that. Yeah, I have that one. What's the other one again? The Death Side, of course. For being new, for being one of the new ones. It has one of the best crouches. Knee to the chest is my main gauge on how I judge a kit if the articulation is really good. If the knee armor can touch almost the chest armor, that's top notch. That's top notch for me.
Mm.
What else do I have? The HGCE Strike.
Yes.
So that one, yeah, you can't go wrong with the Strike. No matter what you do with it, it's just gonna come back up. It's gonna be stable. It's one of the most stable kits from the what was the project again? All Gundam project.
Mm. Uh.
Yeah, All Gundam project.
Mm. Oh, it's not the
So
Gundam
yeah,
Evolution project, no.
no, Gundam Evolution project started with the Zeta, the new HGUC Zeta Gundam.
Yeah yeah yeah.
It's a decent kit, but it has its flaws for being experimental.
Mm.
So yeah, not on my list. How many have I mentioned now? Three or four?
You said first was the Dark Hound,
Yeah, the
the
Dark Hound, the
H3
Fortress,
Fortis, and then the
and
HGCE Strike. Two
the
more.
Strike. Two more. Okay. Of course, tied to fourth place. the Infinite Justice and the Destiny.
Oh.
I cannot go wrong with those two.
Oh.
You know? Yeah, they have the downside of the stiff joints, the risky stiff joints. But my God, those kits, amen.
Yep.
If you're gonna buy a kit, you're not a big fan of even if you're not a fan of Seed Destiny, get those two at least.
Yes.
Either one of those two or both of them, you're not gonna go wrong with them.
Don't let the source
Uh,
material deter you from buying good kits.
yeah, I
Yeah.
hate I hate you, man, for showing me my favorite. I
Yeah. All
I have
right.
two Dark Hounds. I haven't the other ones in the maintenance dungeon and the other ones unbuilt, so I'm not gonna get them
All
for a
right.
while.
The
Okay,
HGC
one.
Destiny was actually my GBWC 2019 entry.
Oh wow.
I
Yep.
think I remember you posting about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember that one.
I
Okay, so fifth. Right. So what's the fifth?
the
My God,
Tristan. Tristan.
I have a ton of kits and I don't know.
Gundam
I
Tristan.
don't know. Oh,
No,
I
Tristan.
don't have. I don't have. I actually don't have that. I'm very. It's one of the kits that I want to own, like the G Savior. I want to own those two kits, but I don't want to build them.
Oh.
I just want to have them in the collection. They're gonna be with my Legolas R, the red one. They're gonna stay
Yes.
with that kit. Yeah, but I'm never gonna build them. Okay. So what is their kit? The crossbone.
Oh, crossbone.
The
There
The
we go.
crossbone
HG.
kits. Yeah, the HG crossbones.
The RG is
Um,
good actually.
the RG is good, but it has the weakness of that shoulder bit that splits apart. I hate that bit. If you twist the arm incorrectly, it's gonna split the armor. So yeah, no, it's a no. The RG. I've been asked several times about the RG why I
Mm.
prefer the HG. It's just because of that shoulder bit. So yeah, fifth one it's gonna be the crossbones, whichever one of them. They're just the same. I have what? I think I have six crossbones in my collection.
Nice, nice.
I'm only missing two. No, three. I'm only missing three. But yeah, I have I have a lot. So yeah, those are my five top kits that I like posing.
How about you, Kyle?
I already have one up, which is the Age 2 Dark Hound right here.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely change it real quick.
Okay, as the samples.
Wow.
Number two. Ah yes.
Ah, yeah, of course, the origin. Yeah,
Granddaddy. Granddaddy Origin. Cannot go wrong with that. If you guys
absolutely.
want to get one kit from the Gundam Origin line, and if you're
Right.
not a Zaku fan, that's the kit you should get.
The Origin is definitely one out there. It's really, really good. Despite the polycaps loosening up over time, I don't even care because it's. I love posting this guy so much. And
Yeah,
next
you're
up,
gonna wear out the polycaps on that just posing it.
next up, I don't think this kit gets enough credit for being really good. The
Yeah,
HG Revive Gyan,
Oh, yeah. A lot of
definitely.
people are saying it's a really good kit for posing.
It's a really good kit. I think the reason why people don't like it is because of the pilot.
Oh,
not
really?
just not pilot, but also the aesthetics. Some people they
I
don't like the
see.
aesthetics of the Gyan, but again, the Gyan, I do agree with Zaku Aurelius's rating before when that kit came out. It became the top kit of that year.
Mm.
It is a top tier kit. I think
It
the only
is.
downside I have with the Gyan is the front skirts. They're a bit awkward when you're posing it, and the hinge at the torso. You know the hinge of that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The one that
On the waist,
the
it pops out.
yeah, yeah, it pops out. That's the only downside of that one. But man, even the shield mechanism on the
It's awesome.
Gyan, It is awesome. Yes. So anyway, yeah. If you like a
Anyway, I
mono
think
eye from the HDUC line, get that.
yes. I think that's is that three kits already? All right.
Yeah, there are
So
three.
another one from IBO. I think this is the best high grade so far from the Gundam frames is the Vidar.
Oh, what the
Oh,
hell?
amen.
Very lightweight when it
I
comes to
know.
loadout. You have your two pistols right there. You have the burst saber. No heavy armaments whatsoever. So it's pretty fun to pose. And the design as well is really
Mm-hmm.
good. Though I prefer the Kimaris Vidar over it.
Yep, I agree.
Mhm.
And last one would be, though I prefer Mars 4, the fun you can get with the Jupiter is really good.
Yeah, I
So
think
yeah,
Oh,
that's one of the best, right? Of the
yes, one of
planet system.
the best. Yes,
Yeah, those
one of
those
the best bang
containers.
for your buck.
Yeah, the containers at the back are so versatile. You can turn them into funnels, so you have four funnels technically speaking.
Yes,
Or you can turn them into shields or knuckles.
shields. They can turn
And it
into
has
beam
a
sabers
Gatling
or
gun.
knuckles.
It has a
Yeah, you're weak
Gatling
to
gun
Gatling.
attached. Can't go wrong
oh
with
yeah,
a
it
beam Gatling
does.
gun,
It
dude.
does.
Okay, so some runner up actually is any kit that doesn't have any stupid, not really stupid, but heavy backpacks. So
Mm-hmm.
any of the age ones, Titus or Spallow, is a good in my book. But yeah, those are
Yeah.
my five kits to pose.
Yeah,
Nice,
to add to
nice.
the runner-ups on that, the H kits, the Federation kits, they're really good. I like
Oh
the
yeah, like the
Genoese.
Adele, the
Yeah,
Genoese.
the Adele, the Genoese, the what was the other one? The Shaldol. Those kits are awesome.
Yeah, I have to get
They're
some of
really
those, but they're not stock yet in stock.
Yep.
not yet. Oh yeah, right, right. There,
I'm
it's a
still
bit
waiting
delayed.
for H1
Uh,
Spallow.
Spallow's a bit delayed from what I heard.
Hey, Tin Gundam's here. Damn, what I missed
Holy,
her late, my
holy
guy.
crap!
Yeah.
We've been
Come
talking
on,
about you like a bunch, like from start
dang
to
it, man,
finish.
you're late.
Damn it. Oh my god. He's here.
Why
Hell
are
yeah.
you?
Holy crap!
Dantalion.
So,
Yeah,
Burning
Action Man
Red is
says
here. Tin
Dantalion.
Gundam is here. What the hell? This is one hell of a stream. It's a
Is
monumental
this
moment.
The
is
legends are
this
here.
okay. Is this sheep from the Gunpla Posing Gods? Because if it is, he's also one of the
Oh really? Oh my god.
yeah,
Oh,
sheep
Randall's in
is
here
really
too.
good at poses.
Yeah, sheep. Yeah, sheep.
It's a lot of
Wow,
Wow, it's
you're filled with
jam
legends,
packed.
dude.
oh, is
You're full
that
of legends.
Randall right there?
Yes,
Oh,
Randall
Randall!
Oh,
here.
There we
let's
go.
go.
I did not
Oh
notice
my
him
god, the
earlier.
posing, gunpla posing peeps are here. But we're
Oh my god.
at the tail end
Oh
of
wait.
the stream. What the hell, man?
Oh, we're almost at the end. We're doing Q&As right now.
We're already doing Q&As,
Yeah,
so
You guys can
this
watch the
one.
replay. So.
yep.
Yeah, you can just watch the replay. I just like to point out, guys, that's the Shadow from Gundam Age.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Super solid to run.
I like the
If
green.
I can buy, yeah, if I can buy 10 of this guy, I'm gonna buy 10. Serious.
Army builder.
It looks like a gym, like a gym. The only weakness of this one is the GX's construction, which is the skirts. If you're gonna get this one, do not split the skirts. You see how loose they are.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the only weakness of the GX's frame. Otherwise, it's perfectly solid. Sheep just woke up.
Also, do
What's
you
up, sheep?
guys? I actually have a question for you guys. Do you guys care about stickers when the kit is pretty fun to pose? For example, would be the star build strike. I freaking love posing that thing, but the stickers are pretty bad.
I hate stickers. You know me.
Yeah, I know you hate stickers.
I murder stickers.
As
Stickers are
for
my
me,
worst enemies.
yeah, I don't put stickers anymore on my kits unless I know that I won't be able to paint them. That's the only time. Because if I can get my lupus, no, I won't be able to get my lupus. Right now, it's also in the maintenance dungeon. That one has full stickers on. Because
Oh.
at the time, I didn't know that I could, I would be able to paint some kits. But right now, I don't give a damn about stickers. I just throw them out. I actually have a stack of stickers here. No, seriously, I have
I
a
sa-
stack
I
of
saved them
stickers.
actually.
Yeah, that's funny.
Why?
That's full of stickers.
Well, probably for a good reason.
So
Yeah.
if you guys
So yeah.
want to see a fully detailed, not fully painted Lupus Rex, this is how it's gonna look
Oh,
with the
nice, nice.
claws and the bite backpack. I'm pretty proud of this kit when I painted it first. If you guys, I don't know if I want to show my old Lupus Rex. Definitely not.
Yeah.
That one was abysmal. It was really bad. But yes. The Lupus Rex is one of the IBO kits with the most bad representation because of its stickers and stuff. But posing it is really good because of how wild and different it looks compared to the other lead Gundams.
Actually, yes. Amen to that.
Yep.
Uh,
Ano na ito,
I like the Rex because of the wire, the tail. What do you call that tail? The blade tail.
Tail
That was
blade, blade
the
tail.
Yes, it
yeah
was the
yeah
blade tail.
the tail blade of the Lupus Rex is my favorite. Because I'm a big fan of string or whip type weapons. So I have the Astria F type that has the GN hammer. I have the crossbones who have the screw whips. What else do I have with what type weapons in here? I am a big fan. I have the R35, the goof that has the plastic whip. So I have that one. And I used to have the Gallus. Is it the Gallus? No, how do you pronounce that? Scuzard Gallus? The
I don't
boxing
know.
type. Yeah, man. Well, whatever that Gallus is, that just gets um what do you call it? That just gets run over, for the lack of a better term, by a fuel tank in Gundam Unicorn.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Such a
yeah, yeah.
disgrace. So that one, I have that one that has the magnetic wires. Well, the anchors supposedly. So I have those. Yeah, that's. I do regret selling my Rex. So I may actually just get one. Does Happy Alley have the Rex in stock?
I'm not sure. The
Oh, okay.
Rex.
Yeah, the Rex. Because if they do, I'm gonna get that tomorrow, or I'm gonna order it for next week. Okay. Anyway, shall we move on to Q&A? I think there are two
We've
Yes,
questions.
been doing
let's
Q
move
and A,
on.
man.
Yeah, we've been doing Q&As here and there.
Sorry. Shall we get back to Q&A?
All right.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Um,
Uh,
I see Sheep's question right here. I don't know if this question has been asked before, but do you guys ever take references for poses? If so, then like what kinds of poses do you take references for?
um,
Okay.
I
You want
think.
to go first, Carlo? Go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause Bren shared a cheat sheet to me um a long time ago. Yeah, it's a complete cheat sheet with action poses. Yeah, but those are stick figures or no, 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 not stick figures, but like doodles of action poses, human action poses. But
Yeah,
you
I've yet
can
to.
you can use them for
I made a
because of
promise to
course.
update that actually with Mecha. Update the appearance of that into Mecha.
Mm,
I actually lost the updated list, so I'm gonna have to go back to square one
oh no.
with the damn thing. But yeah, I'm gonna update that, along eventually. So I'm gonna share that again. So
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
that's
you
the
guys
reference that I
can.
use. But
Yeah. Any other references?
I might have to get another copy because I lost it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dig deep in the gallery from that. I think I still have it. I'll just send it over. If you guys want that sheet, by the way, it's gonna be hard to dig through my IG and my FB page. For those sheets, there's actually just two sheets of them. So you guys can drop me a message on IG or on Facebook, okay, on the page.
Yeah.
Just drop me a message asking for those, and then I'll send them over to you guys.
Randall said, "I use other people's posts as reference. I have an album where I've saved really nice photos." Yeah.
I mean, that's
Of
really nice.
course, I always copy G Tallier's poses. Now I have Kyle, I have Tin Gundam, I have Burning Red. So I have a lot of people to copy. So, and then
Yeah, the people.
I just put my original touch. I used to use
Okay.
Lightning Ace
Uh,
as a reference a lot. Oh my god, yeah.
Amen. Amen,
The
sir.
the
Amen.
the OG Gunpla Pose.
Oh, Sheep has the cheat sheet. Is that my cheat sheet or your cheat sheet, sir?
Probably his own cheat sheet. Tokusatsu
Okay.
poses. Actually, yeah.
Tokusatsu. Well, let's do a rider kick
Yeah,
for
Rider
fun.
Kick, Kamen Rider,
This
Super
one.
Sentai.
Yeah, Super Sentai. What a good. What pose? You're just gonna put explosions at the back.
Yeah, the battle
Yeah.
stances.
Yeah. Let's do a rider kick for for just for the fun, for the lols.
Yeah,
I
those are
don't
the
have my
best
Denman.
kits to do Rider Kicks. Gamerman XA.
Yeah, the burning line, the burning Gundam line,
Mm.
has the best because it has the the foot effect part, the volcanic effect part on the that you put on the foot that you use for kicking.
Yeah,
So
they have
that's really,
those.
yeah. It reminds me of, what was that common rider again? Fies? Was it Fies that has like the cone that he shoots
Yeah,
in?
Yeah,
Fives has
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
cone.
Yeah, Fies. It reminds me of the Fies. Uh, just put the
Someone leaving. Oh,
Aiden, yeah. Of course,
random.
Aiden, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
disappear, dude.
Oh,
He's the master grade posing legend. I
I
think it's his
actually
preference to use.
when I finally hit 500 subscribers, I did a Gunpla posing contest and I got him as a judge.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that. But yeah, he's the
Right.
what do you call this? He's the posing legend for master grades.
For one
Master grades.
hundreds.
Yeah, one of the bigger ones, as well as figures.
Master grades
Because
are a workout to pose.
tell me about it. I have a Mark V. I I tried to pose it. Never mind. I mean, it's there. You guys can see it on
Look at that
the
Salt Bay Zeong.
Gateway. Yeah, this Mark V has not moved, since I placed him
Just set up.
in this stance. So yeah, so there. So that's the thing that I wanted. I told you guys earlier on the stream. There are exceptions to things that I post if I don't have the space for it. But yeah, you guys can see this one. I have the
Wow.
fortress right there, the Esposito with the custom welcome gun.
On my background.
Yep, and have the Kenbu. Candle right here. And the Arbalest, which
I
I
haven't built
prefer
my
over.
arbalest.
You have the gray one or this one?
The gray one with the booster.
Yeah, that thing comes with a stand, right? If I remember correctly.
I haven't built it, so I
Looks
cannot
like you haven't
remember.
even opened it.
I haven't opened it.
Dang
Yeah.
it!
I bought it from ToyCon 2019, December ToyCon.
That's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the icons. Uh,
All right. So I
oh, sheet
think.
is actually.
Oh,
Oh, cheat sheet.
what?
What the heck? I did not expect that.
Oh, maybe you gave it to him long time ago.
Probably? I can't remember. Ah, okay, yeah. Tin Gundam says anime scenes are really good references. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the action scenes in the anime, yes, those are some of the best in terms of references. I actually use that for seed, for my seed kits, my Gundam seed kits. That's the one I use for for posing or putting them in a good, respectable pose. Okay, so rider kick. Good.
Nice. I'm not participating.
Dang it, man!
Alright.
Dishonor and
Do they
you.
But yeah, those are some good poses for tokusatsu. And
see?
again,
You
yeah,
can definitely see the problem for the Vidar right here.
for
Look at
yeah
the
for the
shorter
Vidar.
thighs. It's have a hard time bending
Yep.
full range like the Shadow right there with Brents. So yeah.
Yeah, that thigh is the Achilles heel. Should
For
we
the
say Achilles
IBOs.
thigh of IPO?
Achilles thighs for IBO, yeah.
Yes,
Achilles thigh.
for the
Alright.
IB.
So
I guess
Let's
we can answer one more question from the audience.
do you have any more questions actually?
no, this is just a quick one. Is H1 Full Glance also reissued? It has been. It's been reissued. Uh,
I
I think
think Chasing
2
Through the
ago, right?
Decade has a video of that. He's also doing Gundam
Uh,
reviews.
yes. If you guys don't know Chasing Through the Decade, please do check his YouTube after this one.
And
So he's
his
doing the
Instagram, he also does amazing poses.
Poses, definitely, yeah.
yes. Action Man, Dantalion and Eo Frame Sheet and be like, are we a joke to you? No, actually, Dantalion has the best elbows of the IBO line. He has a double
Oh.
jointed elbow.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and they are solid. Mine, right now, the rest of the joints are loose, but except for the elbows and the neck,
I'd
they're
say
that good.
the Dentalian is like Dentalian and the Vidar is the best ones. I'd just get rid of the was it the half cow? Is the half cow A or B
Yeah,
for
the
the
half cow
Dentalian? I
A.
really didn't like the half cow for that thing.
For me, I like the half cowl, but more of additional arms rather
Hmm.
than replacing the arms.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you have like the Gusion rebake having 4 arms. So you have the usual arms of the Dantalion plus the bulky sub arms. Can you call them sub arms when they're the opposite?
Armor
Uh,
arms, something.
yeah, whatever. Uh, reference. Tips on the crossbones, shoulders. You're just gonna have to glue them or just don't twist them too much. So because the armor of the RG crossbone has a lip. Okay, it's like a key. It's like a tooth sticking out. Okay, where it should match the hole on the forearm. The upper
Oh
arm.
yeah, I
If you,
remember
yeah,
that.
if you twist it in the incorrect way, it's gonna unblock. So in my opinion, just glue that damn thing. So yeah, it five poses. No, we're done with the five. We're done with the top five.
Yeah, we're done with the top five. Actually, to add for the top five, I would say the Core Gundam or the Core Gundam 2 is one out of the best out there to poses.
Just a plain core.
Just the plain
The
core, yeah.
yeah core. The core two has the jiggly ankles slash knees. So just
They
something
can
that's
be
easy.
fixed
Yeah, easily
easily.
fixed. The good thing with the core two is it has number one the silly transformation, and number two an open hand.
Yeah, and an ab
Oh yeah,
crunch.
yeah, yeah.
Amen, amen to that.
And
The
it
ab
has an
So
ab
crunch.
crunch now. Because the core
yeah,
one is a
proper.
Lego brick.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with the
Lego
one of the
minifig.
yeah, if you're gonna go with the core, I'm gonna add the Alice core.
Definitely.
As
I
an ex-
did tell you about that, right? You asked if it's a good
yeah,
one.
yeah. The Alice core for me is the best among the cores because you can technically you have two sets of hands. You have the closed fist, the closed gripping hands, and you have two open hands. Plus you have the saber hand. So it's a good deal. It's a really good package. The Alistair 3. Okay, so yeah, you might want to try that.
It's
Uh,
also one of those Gundams where it doesn't have the typical face. Like the
Oh
G
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Lucifer.
yeah. It
Hmm.
has
It has a
the
mono on.
it has a Renee gun or Sharingan.
Yeah.
Renee Sharingan. Seriously though, that head is freaky.
Hmm.
I think I did I shared mine with the 30-minute missions claw hands. It
Yeah,
made it even
I-
scarier.
it did. It's pretty cool, actually.
So yeah, that was menacing. I didn't expect that. So what else? What else did we miss? Any other questions, guys, before we
Oh,
wrap
yeah,
up?
questions.
Yeah, before
Last
we
questions
wrap up.
before last question. No pressure, though.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. Oh
Yeah, I
my,
think that's it.
this was a really nice. I didn't okay. I first of all, I didn't expect this much engagement compared to my previous streams. Well, probably because this is a workshop. I promoted this as a as a workshop, not just me building something and rambling.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, speaking
We,
nonsense.
yeah, we can do
Um,
this next time when we're building the.
yeah.
You might. Who else can we invite? Anthony. We can invite Fox over.
What?
If we can invite Fox when he's building.
Oh
The one who
yeah,
made
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Athlon Destiny.
Yeah, we can do that.
So are you guys
Yeah,
gonna do a live build?
or probably
probably.
an
Or you
interview or
can join us.
something. I'm still
Yeah,
I'm
the
still
the
thinking
builder
about
interview.
my my future content. So yeah.
I'd say
Uh
roast my pose is one of out there. I
roast
think
my
people will actually
pose.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. Okay, probably we'll do that in November, I guess. Roast my
Actually, yeah.
pose.
Why not? End of November.
Yeah, we could
So
do that. We could do that. All
let's give
right.
ample time for the people to send over their posts to be roasted.
Yep.
Uh, and then
You,
we can
you,
go
you
from
guys
there.
can you guys can definitely join the Mobile Suit Hanger Base International, our Facebook group. That's actually where I posted it originally, aside from my page. And yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, guys, for attending our free workshop, free online workshop. And I'd like to thank these two awesome guys, G Talier and Kyle, or Kaiba underscore 19, for being the guests for this stream. And this, again, this is totally free. I have no money to pay for them. And again, we are doing this because of our passion for the hobby, and for you guys out there as well. But I would like to request, if you guys, haven't subscribed yet to my channel, and you haven't supported me yet, there are ways to support me. I've posted it on my links. I have and of course, sharing my videos, watching my videos already means a lot. So yeah. Thank you so much for staying, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and and we really hope that you can apply the things that you've learned during this workshop. And I hope to see you guys posting your work on Instagram or your socials. And please, for us to know if you were able to attend the workshop, you can use the hashtag what I don't know what, because October pose is already done. It's already November, so
Yeah.
maybe you could use what hashtag Gunpla Posing Workshop. There we go. Gunpla Posing Workshop. Hashtag Gunpla Posing Workshop. So you could or so we could know if you were one of the participants for this workshop, and we could check and reshare your work. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can tag us. Tag us
Yes,
on social
definitely.
media.
You
We
can
have
tag us
Facebook.
on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes. So for Carlo, that's the mobile suit hanger.
Yep.
Okay, so you can tag him there. For Kyle, that's Kaiba underscore 19 on Instagram. Do you have other social media handles again?
No, I mostly stay on Instagram.
Okay, so Instagram. I think Carlo also has IG, which is
Yep.
the
It's the
mobile suit
same.
hanger, and the same name. And I think even on Twitter, yeah,
Yep.
you're supposed to
But
have one.
I'm not
It's not
super
active.
active on Twitter. I just check
It's
posts and stuff.
not that active. And of course, for me, you can find me at GTLEA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please feel free to tag us on your posing. You can ask us to rate, or uh, just let me know that just let us know that you've had fun or you learned something to it. We'll be more than
Yes.
happy, of course, to share these posts.
All right.
Alright, that was pretty fun actually.
Yeah. Okay, and
Awesome.
we'll definitely do more of this in the future. So all right, thank you
Also
so
for that,
much, guys, for joining, and we'll be ending the stream, and keep on building. Bye.
alright, see you guys.